YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Saturday, y'all. I hope y'all are doing well. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. I hope y'all are doing well. So this is definitely an impromptu live stream, but I wanted to pop up here because I missed y'all yesterday. So I hope y'all are doing well. Before we get into anything, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Make sure the audio is good because y'all, I am not going to be sitting here talking and y'all can't even hear me. So 1 in the chat if the audio is good. It's looking good on this end. So hopefully y'all can hear me good. Good. So shout out to you guys. I hope y'all evening is going well. Thank y'all so much for being here. I hope y'all are ready to just, do what we normally do. The hyena gag. Y'all know what it is. I missed y'all yesterday, so I wanted to pop up here. I had a little bit of time, y'all, so I'm not going to keep y'all too long, but I wanted to pop up just to show my face and to see how y'all are doing. I hope everybody's doing well and just to show y'all some love, all right? So, listen, as y'all come into the building, per usual, hit the like button. It is important to hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure you are doing that. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content and you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, share, and like the video and the stream. And also hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right, y'all. All right. Shout out to Gerudo Legends in the building. UFO Kamikaze 1 was on. Kennard, the DJ. I hope what's going on? I hope all is good with you. Eric Stiegel, Ryan Wedlow, Romel Ross. What's going on? Danny Omega, Robert Vasquez, Eric Stiegel, Law, Anthony Noel, Rashawn, I hope I'm saying that, Diaz, Melvin Rogers, Muse of the Garden, Alan Sansom, Terrence Moore, Dimension. What's going on for Dimension? James Fisher, Noel Nation, Jeff Bruton, Scorpion Chris, Ariel, Lorenzo Redmond in the building. What's going on? How are you? Divine Photos. What's going on, Divine? And J Rock. I hope y'all are doing well. As you come into the building, hit the like button. That is super, super important. So hit the like button. Why should we boycott Kendra? Who said that? Kennard. Why we boycotting Kendra? That's what y'all doing? Because we definitely gonna be going over Kendra Bonnet Crew video, of course. But why we boycotting Kendra? Let me know. Let me know something. I'm not familiar what's going on. But anyway, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all for being here and supporting the channel, y'all. As y'all come into the building, hit the like button. Also, if you are feeling generous and you want to support the channel, you can support via Super Chat or Cash App. It definitely helps to support the channel. A $5 Super Chat is not going to break the bank. So if you are feeling generous and you like content, go ahead and super chat your girl. It will definitely help to support the channel in many different ways. All right, so we're gonna get into the video, into the live stream. Boss chick entrepreneurs are looking for high value men with good vitamin D, child. So y'all may have already, I'm pretty sure Divine Photos and some of others in here have probably already have seen this video, but of course, I want to give my reaction to it, and y'all definitely chime in the chat. Let me know y'all thoughts, and I have a couple of other clips I want to share as well. So we gonna hop right into it. No, is it AJJ132? No, I have not completely stopped panels. We had one, I think, a week ago, and I'll still do some soon. Soon I'll be doing panels, probably still on Fridays, but I don't want to just say for sure. But yeah, I'm still going to open it up for panels, but just make sure you are tuned in, and make sure you have your notification bell click to all so that you'll get all of the content, so you'll know. And I'll put it, if it's going to be an open panel, I'll put it in the topic, or in the, you know what I'm saying, the title of the video. I'll put it, if it's going to be an open panel, I'm gonna put open panel discussion, so you guys so you'll know. All right. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna do some. So yeah, we're still open to that. All right. All right. So let me see, because Kendra. Oh my God. Okay, I see what you say. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as hell. But make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Because I don't care. We got 50 people in the building. We need 50 likes. So please make sure y'all hitting the like button. We got 50 people watching, 48 likes. So those two people who have not hit the like button, go ahead, hit the like button so we can make sure we have the same amount of likes as we do people in the building. So let's get into it, y'all. I ain't wasting no time. Here we go.
Oh, you look ready.
Thank
You look
you.
good. The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now. What is your name, TJ?
Yes.
Love y'all on TikTok. Y'all be having good likes, y'all. Y'all be ready. How old are you?
I'm 48.
Okay, you look good. That's a microphone?
It is.
Okay. All right, TJ, where you calling me from, baby?
I live in Arizona, Miss Kendra.
Listen, y'all be prepared on TikTok. I love it. So TJ, 48, looking good, Arizona. What you do for a living?
Well, I just left corporate America in February, so now I'm on my entrepreneur journey. I'm helping people build legacy wealth. So credit repair, life coach. I've got a couple things I'm doing, but I'm passionate about my nonprofit.
So what do you want me to put down for your job?
Let's put down entrepreneur. That's what's in my profile.
In the comments of this video, and I don't know if you guys was paying attention, they was calling this lady a scammer. People were saying, listen, if you are, I think what she said, she's 40. How old she said she was? 48, 47, something like that. I think she is, let me see, because I forgot. I be forget. 48. So I think she said she's 48. And people in Kendra's comments were saying, girl, if you are a coach at 48 and you trying to become an entrepreneur at that age, then you a scammer child. They were saying that's because that's equal to scamming. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but I thought it was hilarious. But let's continue, honey. She's left corporate America and now she's an entrepreneur and now she's looking for the most from a man. Let's continue.
Entrepreneur. You have any kids?
I have 3 grown children, yes.
How old are your 3 grown kids?
29, I gotta try to get this right, 26 and 24.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo, fire sign.
Okay. Your 3 kids, are they all by the same man?
Yes, my ex-husband.
Okay. And when did you get divorced?
2011.
Okay. All right. So we got TJ, 48, Leo, Arizona, left corporate America. Now she's an entrepreneur. Mom to 3 by her ex-husband. She was once married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I need a strong man, independent, who has emotionally healed, and just looking to explore and live life. Just get out here and live and have fun.
Okay.
So, that season.
All right. What are your deal breakers?
Lack of communication, selfish, lack of self-aware, and low emotional intelligence.
Okay. And what about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
I need him to be very stable. I mean, I have worked hard. I'm building this new life. And so I think a man that doesn't have at least what I'm bringing is going to be insecure. That's been my experience. So, yes, he needs to have a nice level set income that hopefully can level me up, is to be honest.
To level her up. See, this is, and look, she's not a bad looking woman in my opinion, but I think you're a little too old to be talking like this in a sense. 48, damn near 50 years old, and you're still out here trying to find a man to level you up at damn near 50 years old. Come on, now let's be honest about it. Come on, these women are boss chick entrepreneurs, 50 years old, still looking for a man to how much leveling up do you need? She said, and no disrespect to her, but it's just opinion. You're damn near 50 and you looking for the same thing that the 20-year-olds are looking for. You're still looking for a man to level you up and take care of you and just do the most. When you yourself said you were in corporate America, you quit that and now you're an entrepreneur, meaning I'm not gonna call her a scammer because I know that's what y'all call it. Y'all say that's a scammer. But I'm gonna say unsure about your financial path. And you're just taking a chance on yourself, which a lot of women do that. Honestly, people do it in general. You're taking a chance on your dream, whatever else you want to do with life, but that comes with risk. And that comes with a lot of times losing money. You know what I mean? So she wants someone, and this is how I'm gathering it and reading it. And you know, that she's looking for someone to level her up. He has to come in with enough money to secure her and himself and make sure that they're good while she's out here trying to, you know, figure out what she wants to do with her life. She wants to have a secure man to make sure the bills are paid and she's taken care of while she can just experiment with her entrepreneurship and, you know, figure. And a lot of women want that. They want to have the option. This is what you hear them say, right? They want to have the option of being able to work or not, or play around with their finances or whatever. And a man who's just going to say, oh, babe, okay, go ahead. You can do that. And it's not going to, you know, break the bank over here and I got you and all that. But listen, my thing is this: at 50 years old, damn near, right? 48 is just say 50. You should already have that established if that's what you wanted. I'm just saying. Right? Am I wrong? That's something that you work on in your 20s. That's the whole point. And I think this is what, unfortunately, a lot of women have missed because their mothers and their grandmothers told them, go get your education, play around, have fun, don't focus on marriage. You don't need to be bogged down with marriage. You need to focus on yourself, your education, right? Go get your degrees, and then all that'll be waiting for you when you're ready. Well, they've gotten the degrees, and they're at that point where now they're looking for stability from a man, and it's not just standing there waiting for them. And so they didn't focus on what those men would want, even if if the option was for him to be there waiting for you. You don't know what he wants. You didn't prioritize figuring that out. You didn't prepare yourself for the men that you said you wanted. And so now you're at a disadvantage. You're at a loss because these men want something totally opposite than what y'all were trained to have and do. And what most modern women have been trained to do is become independent boss chicks, that you don't need a man, but you want one, but he should be lucky to have you. And he has to have everything that you want in life and come in and be ready to offer it to you, even though you are not what he's looking for. That's what we're facing. That's what society is looking like right now in 2025. This is what's happening. All of these boss chick entrepreneurs are single because the things that they prioritize and the things that they bring to the table are not what most men want. And the things that most men want, they are clueless, and are the things that they know of that men want, they don't want to provide it. Because they're entrepreneur boss chicks, they were taught they don't need a man, but a man's supposed to come in and say, okay, she don't really need me, but you know, she got her BBL, she got everything lined up. You know what I'm saying? She got a BBL, baby, BBL on deck, right? Wig, bust down middle part wig on deck, right? Ooh, that look good. I'm supposed to be indoctrinated. Men are supposed to be indoctrinated into wanting that stuff. That's supposed to be appealing to y'all. Y'all supposed to be like, oh yeah, bust down middle part weave. Come on now. BBL on deck. You know, boob job. Come on now. You know, the what Pink Book Lessons call it? What she call it? The Magic City uniform on deck. You don't have to worry about what she wear. She could dress like a 304. She could just come in however she want. Boss chick attitude, telling you, nigga, do what I say. And you supposed to be like, yes, queen, because I love you so much. And this is what a man is supposed to do. I'm supposed to do whatever it is that you want because you the queen. And I'm supposed to bow down to you. And I'm supposed to, what they say, what word they use? Supposed to be obsessed with you because you got a vagina, and y'all supposed to be the desperate ninjas sitting on the sidelines to these boss chicks level up and get their degrees and get their BBLs and get their wigs together. Y'all supposed to be sitting down lined up saying, we waiting for our queens. Come on, queen. Come on now. We waiting for y'all. Come on, we wait for y'all to come take all our money. We waiting for y'all to come and tell us what to do. We wait for y'all to come in and just control us and treat us bad. And we ready for y'all attitudes, honey. We ready for y'all queen boss chicks to come in and boss us around. We just give all our peace away. This is what they want. They want you to give up your peaceful life. You being able to work and take care of yourself and be at peace and come home and go do whatever it is you want to do. They want you to forfeit all of that. They want you to be waiting for them to come in and say, give me all you got. Ready to drain you like a financial vampire is what we call them. They want y'all to be excited to be taken advantage of. They want you to be excited for that. 40-year-old boss chicks with botched BBL saying, you need to come in and take on all the responsibilities, all the bills. Just let her have full access to you to tell you what to do. You got to be ready to pay for girls' trips, better pay to keep up her upkeep and her lifestyle. This is what y'all are look to come in and do. To me, it doesn't sound appealing. It doesn't sound ran through old women, entitled at that. They think this is what you should be ready for. And you're not settling when you do that. As a man, y'all not settling because this is what you should expect. You should expect, women who had to work outside and become boss chicks. You should be looking forward to being with these aggressive women and understand that this is what they had to be. They have to be aggressive because they had to lead the workforce and they had to be out in corporate America and they had to compete with the men. So they had to become masculine. So y'all supposed to understand that. Men's supposed to understand that. Men's supposed to understand that women are aggressive and masculine because they had to be and they were forced to be. And you just supposed to go say, you know what? I want to deal with that, as opposed to looking around and see if you can find women who are opposite of that. You're supposed to be waiting and ready to come in and just get all your assets ran through because you got to provide that lifestyle for a woman that's been ran through, who'd been with Pookie Ray Ray, and you got to be ready to take care of the kids because remember, they're a package deal. They're a package deal. So you got to be waiting on the sidelines for these women to get this mentality and you just supposed to be happy with that. This is what they're asking of men to do. And if you're not willing to do that, you ain't a real man, right? This is what they're saying. Real men gonna know how to come in and just take whatever. Cause I mean, listen, there are lots of real men out here. From my knowledge, all men are real. Just like all, we got real women. They're real men. I mean, well, there's some, but if you're a man, you're born a man, you're a man, you're real, you're a real man. I'm just saying. Because what a fake men at? I'm just saying. It was like, you ain't a real man if you don't want to provide. No, there are men out here who provide for their wives and their families. Yeah. But this is what the expectations are for men. And more each and every day, men are saying, hell to the no. We don't want it. I hear every day in my comments, men saying, we don't care. That's all I hear and see. We don't want it. We don't care. They've made it very clear that they don't care what these modern day hyena bonnet crew women are doing. They want no parts of it. If they can't find cooperative, loving women, feminine women who are willing to cooperate with a man, these women coming out here thinking that because they went to school that they're higher and they expect more and your expectation need to be through. No, these men ain't. That's some shit that these women are looking for, and these men are not doing it. They're not doing it. And so once again, that's the expectation. That's the expectation. And they're not getting it. And so they're still out here complaining. Each and every day, you're going to find some type of video with some woman complaining about a man. You know what I mean? And as much as it's, we walked away decentering men. No, you're not. It's hard for you to decenter men when you're looking for a man to take care of you and pay your bills. You can't completely you got to keep trying because those bills are due every month. Yeah. So you need somebody to come in and be a simp to make sure your bills get paid because you struggling right now. But y'all are the boss chicks. Y'all don't need no man. Y'all don't need no help. So why would he want to come in and do that? Make it make sense. Latrell M, thank you so much for the super chat, says she's leveling up to damn near 50. Right. It's insane, Latrell. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Terrence Moore, thank you for the super chat, says she wants a provider to support her business in her life and her lifestyle she's been dreaming about. I don't know what that last part mean, but I get what you're saying, Terrence. I appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of these women want to level up using a man. Y'all don't need a man, but y'all want him to level you up. You want him to come in and fix or contribute to what you're trying to do, but y'all wouldn't do that for a man. That's the thing. Every time I ask a man, ask a woman about helping a man, they've got to think about it. You got to think about it. You got to pause. Why would I do that? Okay, well, why the hell would they do that for you? They're not entitled to give you a goddamn thing. That's the part I don't understand. What's going on, Duke? Duke, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. What's going on, Queen of Vibes? So, it's just, it doesn't make any sense, but this is what they think men are supposed to be doing. I'm like, listen, if that man is not married to you, y'all don't have no kids together, he owes you zero. He don't owe you a goddamn thing. He don't owe you nothing. And this is why these men are moving the way they're moving. They're living their lives and they're doing what they need to do. And they're not focused on women. They're not approaching. I say this all the time because we constantly see videos of these women asking the questions. Why aren't the men approaching? And they're making up their own reasons as to why. And these men don't care. They don't care. Let's continue.
What is that minimum?
Oh, I gotta say minimum. He's an entrepreneur, hopefully, because we can live. I mean, 150K is very low end for me. I know, girl. That's why I know I'm gonna be single for a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Well, why in the world you on Kendra G's show if you okay with it? That's an oxymoron. You okay with being single, but you on here trying to look for a man. You must not be okay with it. If you're truly okay with being single, you wouldn't be looking for a man. That don't make any sense. You're gonna be single for the rest of your life. Because in your mind, if you think 150K ain't shit to you, okay, that's just trash. So when the majority of this country don't make that, but in your mind, that's just trash to me. I need a man, a rich man. That's basically what you're saying. But okay, that's fine. If that's your preference and now you feel and that's what you think, baby, do you. But if you make 100, if you're in this chat and you make 100K or more, let me know if you would want to date this woman. Anybody. Hell, if you make 80K, if you make 50, 60, 70 above, would this be a woman that you go for? A damn near 50-year-old woman, would this be your pick? And that's the reality that a lot of these women have to face. This is why they end up saying, oh, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. You single because you have no options, honey. Nobody else is trying to get with you, not the ones that you want. Because if 150K is like trash, you can wipe your ass with that. Baby, what you just disqualified yourself from any man who might or maybe looked at you and a glimpse and said, you know what, she okay, maybe. You just knock yourself out of that run. They're gonna look at you. Oh, okay, okay. So all the men within that amount, in that range, you just disqualified yourself from them, and you think that you are everything in 10 bags of chips enough to get a man who makes way more than that. You think you're in that. And that's the thing. This is what Kevin Samuels used to talk about, and have priced themselves out. And they really have overpriced themselves in the market. They really think that there's something about them that is so great that that a rich man is going to want them. And then when they don't get it, that's why they're on these shows. Because if you are such a high caliber woman and you have the qualities that these men you want, you would have one by now. It wouldn't take you to 50 years to get a quality man that you like. A man who makes that kind of money. And if you're surrounding yourself, around those types of men, then if you had what they wanted, baby, they would have grabbed you up a long time ago, honey. And I think women get offended by that, but because it's not about your personal worth and how you feel about yourself. You should think highly of yourself, and you shouldn't give a damn what nobody else thinks. So you should think highly of yourself, but it's when you're looking for a certain man and you're trying to get in a relationship, you got to think about what they want. And do they see you the way you see yourself? That's it. And if they don't, you're going to continue to be by yourself. Here we go. Let's continue.
Okay with that.
So if 150 is the low, so that's too low, 150.
I mean, that's low end. Like, he's comfortable, he's confident, and I would feel good about that.
Okay, so the minimum is 150.
Yes.
Got you. Cause so 80K, you couldn't do that.
I mean, if he come with a heavy swag bag and some other things kicking it, great vitamin D because I'm in Sunshine, Arizona, so that vitamin D got to be rocking if he make 80K, and his personality, everything's got to really be aligned because I find that if they're not secure in who they are, he can be that at 80, but if they're not, it becomes a challenge.
Why this sounds like an auction line, like you're auctioning off something, like well, if he comes under, oh, is the auction the right thing, or like this some type of I don't know. It just don't sound right to me when women say, well, 80K a negotiation, like, oh, you selling something, like they for sale or something, like you selling a goddamn watch or something, and you like, well, this watch is going for 150, I ain't going no lower than 150. Oh, but how about 80K? 80K, would that work? Would that be, oh, well, if the watch is fully intact and it can't have any scratches or no dents on it whatsoever, it's got to be all intact. If I'm going to take 80K, that's what it sounds like to me. Well, if he got 80K, well, he got to come with he got to be whole, and he got, what she say, he got to have vitamin D. That vitamin D got to be good. And he got to, he can't have no issues. He got to he got to be everything that I want him to be if I'm going to accept 80K. It's just crazy to me how they go about dating and how they talk about men. And they always want to talk about how men treat women. But Lord, these women, to me, some of them, not all, treat men just like it's something for sale or something. Like I mean, and you could do all of that, and he meets you, and he might be like, "Ooh, okay, well, baby, if I'm gonna be with you, you gotta change your hair. I don't like your hairstyle. You gotta get rid of them. I don't like big titties, or I don't know too many men who don't like, big boobs. I mean, I think most of y'all like that. Let me know in the comments if you don't, because most of them like somewhat. They don't like a flat chest for the part, but I don't know. But anyway, that's a whole another topic. But what I'm saying, what if he's like, you too old? You know what I mean? I don't like women over 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his requirement. So you could meet a man who meet all of your requirements, but do you meet all of his? They don't think that what the man wants matters. I think that's the problem. There's no consideration for what men are looking for, but all of the consideration has to be on you, the woman. That's not working these days. Maybe that worked back in the 80s and the 90s or whatever, but that ain't working today. It ain't working today. Let's continue.
Because I'm very vibrant outside.
Now, when you say vitamin D, what kind of vitamin D you talking about? I know you ain't talking about Sunny D.
No, ma'am. You know what type of vitamin D I'm talking about. I'm 48. Like, I am about to go play tennis. Like, I was literally about, like, I saw your live come through. I'm like, no, my profile is ready. So he got to be out and active, and that includes regular vitamin D.
Okay, so we'll make an exception if the vitamin D is right in the salary category.
Yes. More than that, if his lifestyle and his, just everything.
Okay.
But that, those are kind of those.
So with that being in mind, though, if a guy made more, let's just say he made 200K, but didn't have the best vitamin D, would you give that guy a chance?
What does the best vitamin D mean? If he is like low vibe and like we gotta have some good connection in that space. It's not like top priority, but if you're once a month and I need, a couple times a week, we won't be healthy. And so, if he makes 200K and he need Viagra, that's fine. But we should be compatible in those spaces. And I'm active. Even at 48, I'm still active.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I do like some nice chocolate. Obviously, healthy in shape would be great. But even if he isn't and he knows that he wants to be that, I'm good with that too. So yeah, he got to look good. I want him to have some swag, dress nice. I'm into fashion. So, I think that is a representation of who you are. So I do want him to look good.
Okay, we already got the money question out the way. So let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, okay. What do you want me to do, Ross?
Let's see your legs. You look good. Oh. I can tell you. Ooh, vibrant. Okay. I can tell you work it out. Oh, yeah, you in shape.
I go play this. I literally am on my way to Tennessee.
Now, Kendra, stop. She look okay. She's 50. Come on now. So for 50, she look okay. But is that the most banging body I've ever seen? No, I'm just saying. And I'm not body shaming. I'm just saying she look okay. She's not obese. She's damn near 50. So she's, we struggling to keep our bodies together at that age. Let's be honest. There are a lot of women who are in shape now, who work out a lot. But to be honest, most women in their late 40s, damn near 50, we struggling to keep our bodies together. I'm one of them. And I'm not going to even bullshit you. I'm going to keep it real as I could. Hell, I'm struggling to keep it together. Okay. But see, the only difference is my man loves me. Okay. He don't care what size I am. He know I ain't going to get up to no 400 pounds. He know that ain't happening. So he loves me with a little meat on my bones. See, that's the motivation. That's the struggle I have. Because my man loves me with a little weight on me. Okay. So he don't have a problem with it. I'm not obese. So that's the thing. When you got a man who loves you with or without that, you don't have to worry about it as long as you're healthy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want me to be unhealthy. But when you out here damn near 50 years old with no man and you asking for all 150K, I mean, you gotta reinvent that body, baby. I'm just saying. You got to reinvent that body, and that don't look like a reinvented body in my opinion. I'm just saying, baby, you got to make sure everything is banging. You got to get it together. I'm just saying that because you got to use all of that. You know what I mean? For the type of money, and then you could change your body, but you can't change your age. You can't go back in years. So that's some points off because she's almost 50. And just the truth of the matter is, these men that she's looking for don't want a 50-year-old. They don't. And then entitled. And I think anybody could get points for being cooperative and sweet, nice and loving with a good attitude. I think that could take you so far. I mean, but it could take you far, honestly. I think a decent man who is single and makes that kind of money, or any man, because I really don't like to focus on only men who make all this money. No, because they're good men in every range. It's not just about having a whole lot of money, but this is what these modern women are looking for. But I just think that being a nice person and you don't have to be a fool. See, nice don't mean being stupid, okay? I'm not saying be stupid and just gullible. No, I'm saying you could be smart, but you don't have to have a nasty attitude, is all I'm saying. You could be a nice person, but still have sense in your head and understand when somebody's trying to finesse you, okay? Nice don't mean stupid. You don't have to be stupid. You don't have to just be oblivious, to life and men and their games and anybody else's game. So I'm saying be smart, but you don't have to, just being smart don't mean you have to be an asshole, is what I'm saying. You could be a good person, but still have sense and can't be finessed. So I'm saying, be nice, learn how to talk to people. Stop coming in with this attitude and this elitist mindset, this idea of people are beneath you and I need this lifestyle. All that shit is not getting these women nowhere. They just out here talking and they still single. A lot of these women be on these shows because they haven't had any success in finding these men. That's why they have to come on the show. If you're successful and you're able and you're all that in 10 bags of chips, baby, you should have the man that you're asking for. You should be able to get them. If you are what they want, it wouldn't take you all this time to get them. So that shows you right there, they're struggling. And we see it on a daily basis that a lot of these particular women are struggling to find the men that they want because they don't measure up. And they hate to say they don't measure up because that's a prideful thing. You hate to make it seem like you're not what these men want because it make you feel bad. And you don't want to settle. You don't want to settle for an average man that is a good man. You don't want that because you want a lifestyle. You want a man and you don't want to use your resources. You don't want to have to share and cooperate in a relationship. You want somebody to take care of you. That's the problem. And that's what I think is happening now, and they don't want to even contribute anything the way a traditional relationship would normally be. See, back in the day, for the women who had, provider husbands and all of that, it was something that she brought to the table that was needed and that he wanted. And he brought something to the table that was very needed and something she wanted. But now it's like, as a man, you can't get anything that you want. Hell, these women don't want a man to sleep in on his day off. I saw a video of a woman saying she hates to see men sleeping in. Why are you asleep? Why are you sleeping? I don't know if y'all saw that, but she like, why are they sleeping? Get up, do something. If you've been working all day, every day, and you get a day off and you want to sleep in, what's wrong with that? I think these women are goddamn just Looney Tunes. You know what I mean? Like just lost and confused. Like, what in the world are y'all? What are y'all listen? Who teaching y'all this shit? So your man work all week and on the weekend he want to rest. Let him rest. Why he gotta be up running around making it look like he's doing something? I'm busy. And what you need and this and that, running like he out of his mind. What the way? I don't understand it, child. It's just a bunch of Looney Tune folks out here on the dating market, child. Let's continue. Hit the like button. Yeah, come on now. Y'all gotta hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. This is horrible. We got like 179 people in here and only 118 likes. Come on now. Y'all can do better than that. Just hit the like button. It don't hurt. Come on, it ain't gonna break your arm to hit the like button. Your fingers, what's wrong with y'all fingers? Something wrong with your fingers? Hit the like button, y'all. Let's continue.
This class, and I saw your live come on. I was like, dang, I'm still gonna get in here because I mean my little tennis outfit cute. So
you look cute. You look good. So when was your last relationship?
Technically last June, but we officially were breaking up last 18 months ago.
Okay.
So
You don't have
we
to.
kind of start breaking up as you live together and shit. So 18 months ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
18 months.
Okay. 3 flaws.
18 months ago. That tells you right there. That ain't the type of men she want, they ain't check. 18 months. So she wasn't able to find anybody with in the caliber of the type of man she's looking for. 18 months to went by. And more months are gonna go by. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very difficult. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws I have to work on. I would say I'm very dominant as a Leo a lot of times, and so I want to be more intentional about making space for another person to kind of have the voice and be the leader in the role. And so I'm very much good with that, but you got to be on point. And so I find that if you're not there, I can't step back. Like I'm going to still be dominant. So I want to work on that. I also want to work on focus. Like I get excited about lots of things and like I want to help everybody, but I also know you can't be great at lots of things. And so I want to be able to focus on a couple things. So that would be 2. And I'm very, very, I don't know, I'm struggling with a third one.
Ooh. Well, only because I'm on a time constraint. I'm gonna let that one live right now. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I feel like I'm a great partner. Communication is like really, really important to me. Even if you're not the best communicator, I have a way and a style that, really makes people feel safe in a space. I am really good at love. Like my profile is TJ Loves Love because I love love. I've been hurt many times, but that's not going to stop me because I do believe my partner is out there. And so somebody looking to live life and just be able to say I did it all and we did it together. I think that, is this what I'm looking for. I think that.
Now that's where I call cap, like y'all would say. Now I call cap on that. I don't think a lot of these women, I think they're full of shit. I don't think that they're really looking to work together with a person. Anytime you're saying he has to make 150K at minimum and you want somebody to level you up, that's not you trying to work with him. That's you wanting him to do everything for you. And if you're such a good at loving people, you should have a man at this point. You should be, even if you had a husband before. I know several women who have been married and got divorces. Now, for whatever reason they got divorced, that's their business, but they were able to get married again. So it's just mind-boggling to me when I find women who have been married before and end up getting divorced for whatever reason, right? But they're able to get married again, while some women have a hard time getting married at all. Or even just keeping a stable relationship, having a long-term stable relationship with a man. A lot of women struggle with that. So when I see people are able in this climate, in this day and age, and I'm not talking about back in the 80s, 90s and all, I'm talking about now. In this climate, women have been been married back then and been with their husbands for years, and they end up, they end up falling apart. The kids are grown now. And these same women, who are, by the way, older, can find another husband. You know why? Because they're not unrealistic like this. They're not superficial. And they get a man around their age. That's the funny part. As much as we talk about men want younger women, there are some men who date within their age bracket if they find the right woman. If you can find a woman who has the qualities that you want, and and she has what you're looking for, and she's cooperative, and she's just a good woman, those women tend to get remarried. And they don't just get in a relationship, they get married. These men are willing to marry them. That's the part that's why I'd be shocked, and and I call cap on what they're saying. Because I want to work with men. I'm such a good lover. Not if the things that she mentioned as her flaws is part of the reason why she's single. You got to be accountable for yourself. It's not that all the women are just horrible and all the men are so great. No, I think there are a lot of men who don't understand women, and vice versa. I think this goes both ways. You know what I mean? And I think it's important for women to understand that all men are not these horrible men as if, the way they like to portray them. That's why I like to speak up for men, because I know that there are good men out here. And I think a lot of women don't understand men, and women are selfish. You just want things your way, and it's a one-sided deal. You don't consider it a man at all. That's why I speak more, for men, because listen, like I said, I have a husband, I have sons, and I know they're not like the men that these women portray all men to be. And I think women are very selfish. I think we just want things our way, and it's our way or the highway, but you don't want a man to tell you that. You see what I'm saying? And I think a lot of women aren't as honest about it, about this. The way I come across with it. I don't think most women are out here talking this way, because you want to find blame in men and make yourself seem better. And I just think that that's a problem that a lot of women have. We're stuck on ourselves. We think that we're better than men. A lot of women think that they're better than men. They think women always talking, oh, I deserve this and I will not settle for this because of this. What makes you think as a woman you deserve all of this from a man? Why do women speak that way? Why do a lot of women in the sisterhood speak as if they deserve something from men they don't know? But it's a part of a lot of the way women are conditioned to be. A man is supposed to give you the world, give you everything that you want, but nobody's ever told you how you should reciprocate that, or what you should be for a man and what you should give. And that's why a lot of relationships fail, because the women are typically the ones who are more selfish, because they're entitled. They've been raised that way, to feel entitled, like men owe you something. Young men have been taught, this is what you should do for young ladies. Open the door, pull her chair out, give her flowers. You got to give her something. You got to always give something. And this is how a lot of women have been trained and indoctrinated to believe that that's how. And I'm not saying that a man shouldn't be a gentleman to a lady. You should be a gentleman. And I think that treatment should be reserved for women who deserve it. And not all women are deserving of that type of treatment, in my opinion. And I know a lot of women be pissed about that, but I think it's true. If you coming off aggressive and you walking like a man and you talking like a man and you walking like a man and you don't need them, then that man gonna assume, okay, I don't need to pull her chair out, because she ain't gonna want that. She don't want to be treated like a lady, because that goes against what she was taught to be. She like to be like a man. She just as strong as a man. I don't know if I should protect her in a fight, because she got it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Why would a man be like, let me go help this damsel in distress? This don't look like no damsel in distress. This look like a nigga fighting. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what? So why is that something that should be reserved for the women who are women and ladies who want that, who women who treat that's how they move. I just don't understand, because this is what the feminist movement was all about. Women did not want men to open the door for them. A man opened the door for you. Oh my God, I could do it myself. Why are you doing it? You're getting mad. So men are like, oh shit, what? They don't want us to do this anymore, so we not gonna do it. Now they're not doing it. Now what happened to chivalry? It's just the stupidest thing ever. The same way they're asking, what happened? Why men don't approach it? What happened? Y'all happened. Y'all happen with this whole I don't need a man mentality. It's just the stupidest shit ever. I swear, it's just everybody don't get it. And I'm just like, damn. I don't understand. But this is where we are, And so now, uh what do you expect men to do? It's like it's like y'all done made your choice. You chose the bear. You said you rather choose the bear of a man, so men are walking away. Men are like, okay, you up there. You got the bear. Okay, we good. Just saying. Let's continue.
I would be lucky to have me. I cook, I clean, I work out, all the things. So
Okay. Now, TJ, you are 48. What's the age range you want to date?
Now, before she said that, now cooking and cleaning is no longer a flex. You should do that anyway. There are lots of men who know how to cook. Okay. There are a lot. Successful MD, you in the building? He knows how to cook. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know how to cook. Cooking and cleaning is no longer the flex because men know how to cook. Now, would it be nice to have a woman in the kitchen cooking for you? Like when you get off, a long, hard day of work, and you come home to smell the kitchen smelling good. I mean, that's one of the, man come home, he come in his house and, it's like, damn, it smell good in here. Food cooking. What? You smelling good food. You smelling them onions that been, stirred, fried on the stove, and you just smell goodness. The house is clean. It's smelling good. Food on the stove. You go. Hey, you want to go take a shower, relax, some soft music playing, whatever. Especially if y'all don't have no kids, right? Especially if y'all just starting out. There's no kids. It's just the two of y'all. And you come home, baby, and she like, oh, hey, you ready to eat? Go take your shower, whatever. Come on. Get your little food. Get your food together. She got good. I mean, ain't nothing like that. I don't think any man is going to turn that down. I don't think any man is going to be mad that he got a woman who got his house smelling good and clean and got some food ready for him too. And all you got to do is go get yourself together and come on, and I'm going to have your plate waiting. Come on. I don't think any man is going to turn it down. But at the same time, if he don't have that, these men know how to fend for themselves. So, and they know how to clean their own places. I've seen too many single men in their apartments where it looks nice. They done decorated, got it going on, got it together, and they know how to cook too. So cooking and cleaning is no longer a flex. I'm just saying. It's not. Men know how to do that themselves. They don't really need a woman, although some would like one. They don't need it. Just saying. Let's continue.
I've had some challenges with younger men, so I would like them to be 45 at minimum.
45 at minimum. And should he be in Arizona?
I will travel. I'm in an EV. I'll get on the road or get on a flight. So I'll travel.
Okay, well, let's do it. We got TJ, 48, Arizona. Now, if you travel, he got to buy the plane ticket, I'm assuming.
Yes, ma'am, because he got that bread, remember?
That's right. Because he got to have the bread at the door.
Right.
Because what you think TJ gonna do? Because you got to have the bread and the vitamin D.
Yes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm closer to the last season of my life than I got so many years behind me. Yes, ma'am. My requirements are that. So
don't play with it. All right, let me go to the dating app. So what's your name on the dating app?
TJ_loves love.
Aw. _loves love. Yeah. And it comes right up. TJ_loves love. TJ_loves love. You looking good, girl. Oh, they doing that. TikTok doing that. TikTok, stop putting stuff on face, child. TJ_loves love. TJ_loves love. You can shoot your shot and send her a message. Shoot your shot, send her a message, or scroll down and push the heart, the star, and send her a gift. TJ loves love. It's her name on the Kendra G Singles dating app. I'm gonna show you how to shoot your shot. I'm gonna send you a message.
Go, Kendra. Go. I knew I was gonna get on here. I saw you last week, and I was like, I'm getting on there. Let me go and throw me a profile together.
I love it. Yeah. So here she is, fellas. TJ loves love. You know you're gonna be a highlight. You keep me posted how it goes, boo.
I sure will, bro. You look good too. It's good to meet you, and thank you for having
All right, shout out to her. I hope she find the man she's looking for, baby. I hope she does. You know, nothing. Am I glitching? Somebody said I was glitching. Is it still glitching, y'all? Please. I hope it's because if we glitching, baby, we're gonna have to end this now. Is it glitching, y'all? Let me know. Cause I don't want oh my God. But let me know if it's glitching, y'all. It is. It's not. I don't know. Um 'cause I don't want that to start. But anyway, it froze. It's still frozen, y'all. It's frozen. Oh snap. I don't know why that's happening. A little bit. It is. Let's see something. Audio is fine, but the video, okay. So it is it is glitching. I don't know why it does that, y'all. Let me see something. Hold on a second. So it is glitching. Let me see. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me see something. Is it glitching now? Hold on. But make sure y'all hit the like button no matter what. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Y'all can still hear me. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. The hyenas put voodoo on your Wi-Fi. Oh, Lord, y'all the trip. Hold on. Let me see something. I'm going to try to minimize. Let me see. Let me see something. Let me try something else. Because that could be reason why. Hit the like button, though, y'all. Please hit the like button. Let me. It's better, Gerudo Legends. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Looks like you're live streaming in the AOL days. It's y'all trying to be funny. I'm struggling. It's a struggle stream, heck. Y'all funny. I don't know why it's doing that, y'all. Well, look, we're gonna wrap it up here, y'all, then, because I don't know why it's doing that. What's going on, Avenge the Ancestors? How are you? So it's still glitching. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let me see. I'm gonna try to refresh it. Let me see. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Okay, let's see. It looks like it's still freezing. It's still glitching, y'all. Miss Price says she gonna stop lying, no glitching. What? It's not glitching? I'm confused. Hold on. Hit the like button though, y'all. Please hit the like button. But these hyenas are a trip, y'all. I swear. So it's still glitching. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of this, y'all, because I don't know why that's happening. Rob, 809, thank you for the super chat though. Says if I'm providing 100%, I think it's only fair for her to take care of the house and fix me a healthy lunch daily so I can go out and conquer. Exactly, Rob. I appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, it's still glitching, y'all. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you for the super chat. Y'all funny. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's still glitching, y'all. I don't know what to do, but I just think if y'all can hear me, Rob is 100% correct. I don't see anything wrong with the woman. You got to cook and clean anyway, and that should be something that you want to do. It shouldn't be something that's contingent upon how much money you make. You know what I'm saying? It should be something. You should be something that you want to do to contribute to the household and make it more comfortable for your man, just like you expect him to make things comfortable for you. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you want to be at the house and you want to benefit from that, then why not do what's necessary to help him be, better? All that contributes to him being better. I don't see anything wrong with it. Thank you, Rob. Great win. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, says DeeDee. I'm here chilling in my clean new apartment, 65 OLED TV, PlayStation, ESPN, cooked a nice steak and veggies with my dog. I am happy. Nothing comes before my peace of mind. Nothing. I know the hell that's right. I know that's right. Shout out to you, Great Win. Hey, I know that's right. And you shouldn't let nothing come between your peace. I know that's right. Hell. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. And nobody should allow somebody to come in and disturb their peace over foolishness. No. And if you can't be a person's peace and cooperative and come in and work with them, they don't need you. Hell, they don't need you. Why would you want to come in and then you gotta pay? You gotta pay to come in and just for somebody to treat you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, who want to pay for that? Who want to come in to have a person, just come in and be a masculine fool? Who wants to pay for that? You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Great When I appreciate that. Exactly. I mean, I just think that's nobody wants to have to come in and deal with no foolishness when they can take care of themselves and do your own thing. But women think they're the only ones that can do that. Oh, I make my own money, so I don't need you. Well, okay. Well, how about you make your money, they make their money, they do what they do, and you do what you do. Because they don't seem to get the memo. They don't seem to understand how this works. You don't need a man, and a man don't need you. But see, men don't run around just throwing that out there as much as women do. Men don't throw around how they don't need a woman. It's the women that go around and say that. I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you. What's going on, Ferg? How can you expect these modern women to cook and clean when most don't even take baths? Stop being delusional. Child, and they got BBL. So according to that, I mean, they walking around here smelling nasty and stink, and then you want a man to treat you like a princess and a queen and all kind of stuff? Come on now. I don't know why it's glitching, y'all. I don't know what else to try. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to look at this again. But I don't like this. Let's see. This is because the internet is working. Internet is good. Hit the like button, y'all. Internet is working. That's not the problem. I don't know why it's glitching though. I wish it would just stop, but child, it's just a hot mess. I know, Renzo. I know. I don't know why though. I try a few things and it's still glitching, y'all. I feel like it's trying to clear up. I don't know. I have another clip, but I don't want to get into the other clip if it starts to glitch. It looks like it's clearing up. Does it look clear to you guys? I don't know. I'm watching. Hit the like button, y'all. Please support the channel via super chat or cash app. Please $5 super chat, y'all, to support the channel, y'all. Please go ahead and do that to support, and also hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Yeah, seems like it's clearing up. Thank you, Lord. So it looks clear, y'all. I don't know what happened, but it's clear. Okay, so good. So since we're clear, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to pull up another clip I want to go through with you guys. So make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, my people. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen for this other one, y'all. And y'all probably have seen this one too, but guess what? We're gonna go through it. We're gonna react to it. Before we react to this other modern hyena, I want to pull this one up. Did somebody mention this to me? And I wanted to share it and give my thoughts on it. Okay, good. It's cleared up, y'all. Thank goodness, Lord. Y'all had brought this to my attention, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, y'all. Super chat to support the channel, y'all. $5 super chat supports the channel, y'all. So make sure you do that. Also, if you are new in the building and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. All right. Listen to this. Here we go.
She went through a bad time in her life, and her job performance suffered.
Tonight, the attorney for Krishanda Williams says his client never meant to hurt anyone. She simply thought she was directing incoming emergency 911 calls to operators who were better fit to respond.
She was going on not ready status more than she should have. She had a lot going on in her life.
The defense argued in court this week the Houston Emergency Center should have had a better system in place. They say Williams needed help with her employment, not criminal charges.
These criminal charges do nothing to make the Houston Emergency Center a better functioning call center for all Houstonians. They do nothing to fix the fundamental problems with the management and operation of the Houston Emergency Center.
The Houston Emergency Center wasn't on trial today, and every agency cannot create a fail-safe for any criminal employee. She understood that she couldn't just go on break hours at a time, so this was her way to game the system when she didn't want to work.
Prosecutors say the evidence proved Williams' behavior wasn't a one-time fluke.
Her short calls were 5 times more than any other operator at the Houston Emergency Center.
Tonight, Williams must serve 18 months of probation and 10 days in jail. The law says they want to send a message: if you take this job, people count on you.
You expect the person on the other end of the line to be compassionate and eager and ready to help dispatch out to you.
In downtown Houston, Steve Campion, 13 Eyewitness News.
Listen, a lot goes on in Houston. So this woman, somebody brought this to my attention. Y'all, just wanted to share it. Of this woman, what was she doing? Hanging up on 911 calls and stuff just because she just felt like it. She didn't want to answer the calls, and she just started hanging up on people. So 18 months probation, I think that's what they said, and 10 days in jail. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I have a lot of videos of these, hyenas just acting out. I'm going to start reacting to them, these cam videos of women just acting a fool. Once again, I say this happens because a lot of these women have been gone. Nobody's checked them. They're entitled. They think that they can get away with murder, literally. And so, they're shocked when they're held accountable because they're not used to it. But, and then they have the audacity to talk about men not being accountable. And at what point in time have men, especially black men, have never been held accountable? Come on, I'll wait. Because a lot of women like to put that out there. Oh, men aren't black men. Because when they talk about men, they're talking about black men. Black men have never been held accountable and this and that. They need to be. No, women, a lot of women have not been held accountable. They've been coddled in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And now they're entitled. So that's what happens when you become entitled. You think that you can get away with anything. And then when you're reprimanded or you're being held accountable, you're looking shocked like, why is this happening to me? And at one point, just to be completely honest about this and fair, in my opinion, we've seen this happen with white women. We've seen this happen with white women who have been entitled and who have a certain privilege level to the points that, they've been able to get away literally with anything, And we've seen that happen with them where, they could just cry wolf and whatever it happens. But now we talked about how now they're being held accountable and how they just can't believe it. Oh, you're doing this to me? But now we see Black women with that same mentality, and you're thinking, why? And to me, I think it's a bigger issue, that I think a lot of people aren't ready to address. And because it's a divide between Black women and Black men. You know what I mean? It's become an issue where Black women feel entitled and they feel like they're better than Black men because it gives them a level of entitlement that maybe they have felt that they've never had. You get what I'm saying? So now they're in a position now where they have what they think is a hierarchy over Black men. They feel good about it in a sense. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, now I'm special. I'm important. It's about me. I could just cry wolf and I get the attention and I get, the upper hand. That, that they almost feel a sense of, like proudness to say, oh, I could treat you like shit. I could put my hands on you and then turn around and say, oh, you did something to me, and it's going to be believable. That's why the Me Too movement was a problem, because it gave women this sense of entitlement to where, hey, I could make stuff up. The Amber Heard whole case with Johnny Depp, that showed you right there. Hey, I could make this up, and that was not, melanated people, and it wasn't us in that situation. But I think as much as Black women like to say how Black men follow white men, and I hear them saying that, I think it's also it's a projection in a sense, where a lot of Black women, and not all of them, not all, a lot of Black women follow the white women with that mentality, with the feminist idea and all of that. And I think a lot of Black women have adopted that idea that came from the white women, and now they're using it against their own men. And see, that's where, that whole mentality is not going to work. But I do think there's a level of that in how some of our women think and how they move. I think it was definitely something that was portrayed by the non-melanated women. They follow that and they follow that idea, because I think a lot of this idea was not innately for us, because I mean, as far as I could remember or recall and go back, Black women and men have always worked together. We had to. But somehow us being having to do it is now, it's like it's flipped on its head. Like, we had to do it. It's not that we wanted to do it. When I think that is not absolutely the truth. I think a lot of Black women worked together and they did what they had to do, but not just because they had to, but because they wanted to. And that was their duty to do so. Who else are they supposed to work with? Now we've broken up the Black families, broken up the Black home. And now we got men and women fighting with the idea of Black women are superior when they're really not. But I think it was a tactic that was used to destroy a Black community, because the powers that be and the people that know, you can't really get far if you're divided. They understand the nature of having intact families and having communities and how that you can build upon that and grow. But they've separated them and made them think you don't need your men. You can do it all by yourself. And now when they're out there doing it by themselves, they realize very quickly that, oh my God, I need some help, but I'm too, prideful to say I need a Black man, because I've spoken so loudly about the fact that I don't need him. So I can't go back. I gotta push forward, and I gotta prove that, I'm going to stand on business, even if I'm failing. So, it's a big, deeper issue, but it's really not good for our communities whatsoever. But what can you do about it? You can only preach to people and tell people, hey, how important this is and why we should be working together. But if they don't want to do it, you can't make them. This is why I say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You know what I mean? And so I just think, it's who says it's the women fighting against their nature. Yeah, it is. But it's the thing that's going to cause them to fail, because they've hyped up the idea that that's not what you should be doing. You should be a boss chick. You should be an entrepreneur. This is why we got so many entrepreneurs out here, even though they ain't really making no money from their businesses, but they're entrepreneurs, right? And you need men with all this money to help you to build that said business that you have. It makes you feel good and sound important. And, you know, people are out here searching for some type of validity. You know, you need somebody to validate you, to make you feel like you're worth something. Because unfortunately, a lot of our people they didn't have that encouragement growing up. You didn't have people to stand behind you and tell you how great you are and how great you can be. So they're all looking for some type of validation in one way or another. And so if you don't have that and then you get any level of success, now you think you're better because you didn't have it. And now you're leading with this mindset that I don't need nobody. I got this. I can do it by myself. And then you actually turn away from Black men but just to turn around and then actually need them, but afraid to say that you need them. You need them, but you don't want to say it. So you frame it in a way that shows you need them without you actually saying it. Oh, I need a man who makes 6 figures. No, you need a man with enough money to come in and help you, who cares about you, who's willing to come in and pay all your bills and take care of you and your kids, because kids are involved. You get what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna never say, I need y'all. They done with that. You know, they're not gonna say that. They put too much negativity out there. You put too much out that you don't need them. So, you know, how they're too prideful to come back and say, yeah, we need y'all. And you'll see some say it, but a lot of them won't. Great win. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, forgot to mention Central AC2. Love you, D. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's right. Listen, people be like, look, girl, you don't go outside. I go outside randomly. What's outside? I got everything I need inside. What I need to be outside? I got a man. I got a family. I go outside when me and my man go outside. What the hell is outside, child? You got right. Central. That made me think of this great. You made me think of this great win. Great. Central air, baby. Cool. I got cooling, heating. You know, that we pay for, by the way. Hell, why not enjoy it? You got to pay for it. Why? What's outside? I'll be outside sweating and running the streets for when I pay for this stuff. You know, and enjoy watching, you know, Netflix and whatever else is up there, TV, you know, snacks, got food. What I need outside for? What's outside for me? I ain't looking for nobody. I don't care what other people are doing. I'm chilling. I don't need to be outside. Never ever need to be outside. Hell, even when I was single, I wasn't outside like that. You know what I mean? I had to go to work and I go home. I don't have time to be, you know, look, people talking about how much bills, rent and mortgages and all this costs. Why if you got to pay all that, you need to enjoy your space. I'm just saying. I just don't understand how some people could just run the streets all the time. Like, God damn, I never was a street runner. You know, and I wouldn't start now. Thank you, Great One. I appreciate you. I just don't understand it. And listen, I'm not mad at what people choose to do, y'all. Y'all know I don't look. Do you? You love it. I love it too. Okay. I'm just saying I never understood certain things. I know different strokes, different folks, but I'm just like, child, how high things are now. You better enjoy what you paying for. Shit. Why would you just pay all that and then you I ain't never home. What? I like being at home. Okay. Hell, I like my space. But I just never was. That's just not my thing, y'all. I've never been a street, you know, outside like that. Never. It's just not a part of who I am. I don't care. Some people like to go. My sister, she's the opposite of me. She likes to call herself a homebody, but she is not. Love her to death, though. Love my sister, my twin. But she like to go. And she goes, she have fun, hopefully. Because I always tell her, some of them times she out, I be like, girl, you having fun? Nope. So a lot of times she out there and she ain't even enjoying herself. I'm like, okay, well, what's the point, baby? You know, but she loved to do stuff. She don't like to really, she say she like to be home, but I don't agree with that. She like to go. She like to have fun. She like to be out. I ain't mad at her. She, you know, and I call her and hey, where'd you go? You had fun? Sometimes she do, sometimes she don't. But that's just how she been too, I think. You know, we're twins, but we're not twins on everything. And so she, you know, we're not identical twins, we're fraternal twins. So, you know, some things are similar, some things are not. But yeah, I've been a homebody, you know, and it's not that I'm better or nothing. It's just some people are, some people aren't, you know. So, and if it's what you love to do and you would enjoy it, do you? But I like, but I've been challenged as to, being, loving to be at home. Like, I don't challenge me. I don't challenge you. You like to go out and run the streets, whoever it is. I didn't say that's bad. I ain't saying it's bad, but don't try to tell me it's bad because I like to be in my house. That's the only pushback that I have when people try to tell me, girl, all you do is be at home. Yeah, because I like being home. Don't make me cuss you out. I'm just saying, because I can. But people try to push you to do stuff that you don't like to do. I don't like clubs. I don't like hanging out. Never have, even when I was younger. So I don't want to go hang out at a club. You know what I'm saying? For what? I'm not. What? Why? You know what I'm saying? And the club that I did go to is me and my husband went, and we had a great time. The clubs that we have gone to is because we were together and we had a great time. Other than that, what's the point? Now I'm open to doing different things and stuff with my man. Yes. We go and we do different things, but just every time you look, every weekend y'all hitting the clubs every weekend. No, I'm not 20 years old, baby. I don't want to. No. Anyway, but that's just me. But yeah, and to each his own. I'm not mad at other people for wanting to do what they want to do, but don't try to tell me or push me to do stuff I don't want to do. No. What's going on? It's just me. Q, how are you? I hope all is well with you. Thank you so much for being here. DeeDee, do y'all dress the same? Hell no. What? Wait, Lorenzo, no, we do not dress the same. No, we don't. You a trip. What's going on, True Lion? Smiley Man, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Child, y'all crazy. Anyway, y'all, let's move on to this next clip. Here we go.
Hello? Okay, you got good light. You ready?
I hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
What's your
Yes.
name, boo?
Hey, it is Aisha, and I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, get situated. All new Kendra G singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or your Google Play Store and type in Kendra G single. Aisha, you are the girl that we never had. And I want to get to know Aisha, please, I want to meet you. Aisha, how old are you?
I am 33.
33. What do you do for a living?
Garudo Legends. Now, dressing the same is cute. Are you serious? Garudo, stop. We grown. Why would we? So listen, come on now. Y'all tripping. Y'all funny. Garudo, come on now. What? What? So we would have to coordinate that. We gonna dress this? Nah. We too old for that. We grown. Once again, ain't nobody dressing alike. Jontel, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for being here. It says smokestack sisters. Smokestack sisters like sinners. Oh my God. Hey, did y'all see, Jontel? I'm sure you saw the movie Sinners, because that's what you referred to. Have y'all seen the movie Sinners? Please go see that movie. That movie is good. I enjoyed it. And I'm so happy for Ryan Coogler. That is his name, right? Ryan Coogler. Ryan. Shout out to him. Please go watch that movie, y'all. The movie was worth it, in my opinion. I would love to go see it again. I enjoyed the movie. And I love the fact that, Buddy Guy was... Oh, wait. I ain't going to spoil it for nobody. But yeah, the movie was good. Please go see it if you haven't. Thank you, Jontel. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
I am an author of 4 books. I'm an artificial intelligence sales specialist and an entrepreneur.
You're an author and what else?
Entrepreneur and an AI specialist.
AI specialist. Ooh, child, I got AI specialist now, child. That's a job, entrepreneur. So what's your entrepreneurial job?
Yeah, good.
So I have a nonprofit called A Cup of Tea with a Black Woman. We're focused on personal advancement, financial wellness, health wellness, and STEAM. And then I got 2 for-profits. One is a hot dog business, and the other one is focused on cloud consulting, driving revenue for AI solutions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any children?
No kids.
No kids. Have you ever
I got 2 dogs, though, and 2 cats. I got pets.
2 dogs and cats.
You ever been married?
Much.
I've never been married.
Okay. So and what's your zodiac sign?
I am a Gemini.
So we got Aisha Atlanta
Why
33.
why they trying to come at me in the comments? I am a naturally born woman. Okay.
You know, I
A woman can't be
saw the comment, but I never asked because people want me to ask that question, but one time they had it wrong, and the girl felt like she felt so mortified. So
I'm an AKA,
I just
y'all.
say what?
Don't play. I'm an AKA, born woman, natural woman.
So I just always pray if someone is trans, they just tell me. I mean, there was one time we had a trans that we like they was trying to play hide and seek in our face, and they were saying that they was trans, but child, it was very obvious. But I think that I mean, so much has happened on this show. It's almost like you want to ask, but I don't want to be wrong because that's like worse than asking a woman who's big if she's pregnant.
Right. Now, she got a point there because listen, I think and y'all let me know what y'all think, but I think that the trans stuff is so out there now, and a lot of these trans have fooled men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these men, well, they claim that they've been fooled by the trans, women, and that they didn't know that they was trans. And so, because I ain't gonna lie, I've seen a couple now that I thought was women. I've seen a couple of trans women that I thought was biological women. And so, and I couldn't tell. I mean, just by looking at the face, I couldn't tell. But I don't know if you're out here dating somebody, you got to look at everything. Like you got to look at the whole package. So I don't know, is it that difficult to tell? Because some men could tell, children could tell. Some of them you could just tell. So I'm like, but some men have claimed to be fooled and thought these were real women. But now it's to the point now where there are, because her face does look strong, but it's getting to the point now where they are clocking real biological women and calling them men. And I like, now y'all, you got to know the difference now. But I think the lines are being blurred, and now men don't know what is what. That's why I say too. That's why I said, like, hell, somebody was saying I was a man. And I don't know why or where they get that from. And I'm just like, baby, I don't think men could have the amount of children that I've had. The men can't push out babies. I'm saying I've had babies. I got a man. My man is a man and I'm a woman. But there have been people been questioning whether I was a man or not. And I'm like, what? Why would you think that? But I get, hey, I don't take offense to it. I'm like, people are crazy though. But, and maybe it's because I'm tall. I'm like 5'6.5", I would say, and a quarter or something like that, a little over 5'6", and so in my height, I don't know. Some men just do say that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if they see tall women, they think, oh, maybe that's a trans woman. I don't know. But I'm like, y'all, you can look at the neck, but they shaving them Adam's apples down now. So you can't even look at the neck anymore. You can't even, and they're getting them voices fixed. I don't know. They're taking estrogen or whatever they're taking, hormonal things and stuff like that to sound like a woman. But, and I guess if they've gone through the full process, I guess they could sound like a regular woman. And I don't know. I mean, I know I've seen a couple of trans women in person, and I automatically knew that they were trans because they were big. Like, you think it's a difference between there is a difference between a woman that's tall and a man, a biologically born man that's trans woman that's tall. It's a difference. Y'all ought to know that. Y'all men know you can see another man for the most part. I've seen a trans woman who was big. I'm saying, like, I could tell right away. Cute in the face, I ain't gonna lie. But, and all women are wearing wigs. They're wearing wigs, and they're dressing alike. So it could be, but I don't know. The feet was ginormous. Like, you know what I'm saying? The feet was bigger. The legs were muscly, like strong in a difference. You could tell the difference. That wasn't a woman's leg. And you could tell in the head and the neck, the eyes, like you could see the strong features. So even now, if that was a trans woman and you put that trans woman up to the tallest naturally born woman, you could still see the difference. And you could put wigs and makeup on both of them. You could still tell the difference. Just look at them. Look at the arms. Look at the strong legs. Look at the facial features. Less strong. It's different. So I could still tell like that. I just could the here, this area right here, all of this. You see, as a woman, we have a different. I was a little softer, even if I was slimmer, like you could tell like there's a difference. The man whole physique and makeup is different. So I don't know. I could tell. I could give me a 7 foot tall woman and put it next to a trans woman. You still would know that that's a woman and that's a man biologically. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they don't be knowing. So I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You could tell. Blue Esther says, "What if the man is built like Prince? Even Prince in his listen, listen. My husband, has a lot of Prince music and has followed Prince all over the years and stuff because he does music. Baby, Prince did one of those albums where he was laid out and it looked like a petite woman, but I could still tell that that was a man. Even Prince in his petite frame, rest in peace to Prince, you could still tell that Prince is a man. Even with the hair, that hair he had and all of that, I could still tell that it's a man. Because you could put a petite woman next to him and with the similar hairstyle look, you could still tell that's a man. I don't know what it is. It's just we're not the same. You can still tell. I'm just saying. Especially if you not just by the face, look at the whole entire, put two together like and go through everything and you will be able to tell. If you're just looking at the face and they got on a dress or they got you might be fooled because they get this, you can't tell by the Adam's apple anymore. Them men are shaving on the Adam's apples and stuff. So you can't tell. That's not used to be that was an automatic, sign, but now they get no shave down. So you can't tell by just the face and stuff. But if you were to put both of them in a bikini, I mean, clearly, even if they tape it down and hold it down, you still tell the difference. But a lot of them are out here on social media with their little, with their wee-wees just, out. They'll put on some, I just saw that this trans woman, she complained, Shem was complaining about being called by her pronouns. But you standing there in women's lingerie with, a whole penis just sitting there, like just sitting. I'm like, well, why not cover that? I mean, because if you're worried about people calling you the right pronouns, but we looking down and it's obvious we see, a big penis sitting there. So how are we supposed to navigate that? It's almost like brain torture, like mind torture or something. Like, wait a minute, now I'm supposed to say this, but I can't help but to see this penis sticking out the drawers, but you got on women's drawers and you look like a woman in the face. Now I ain't gonna lie, face look like a woman. All up here look like a woman, but then I see penis sticking through the drawers. I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on, but anyway, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat, says, I'm a entrepreneur. Y'all in trip. Thank you for the super chat, Captain Caveman. That's all we hear, Lord. Can they use another word? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Child, y'all crazy. Blue Exodus. How could a man politely ask? Some say if you have to ask, maybe just leave him alone. Exactly. Right. Exactly. But child, listen, I'm not surprised though, because it's like when you have a bunch of women who, wear wigs all the time. I tell you, I wear wigs, weaves, I wear it all, but I don't wear it all the time. Right. But I'm saying when you have women who wear this all the time and it's, and then the trans women wearing the same, y'all all wearing the same hair, the same makeup, the same everything. I guess the lines could be a little bit blurred. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But there are certain features that you must pay attention to now. Don't just look at the face. Don't look at here because, they get the boobs. So they get the titties and they can look, gain a little weight and look a little fluffy. So a lot of people don't know. But no, you got to look at everything, break it down. Break it down to the bare bones and look. And then, you'll know. Thank you, Blue Exodus, for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, it's crazy though, y'all. Nobody with decent vision would say DeeDee look. Thank you, Ishmael. Exactly. You know, but shit. I get it. That's what I say. That's what my husband said. He got to be out there, goddamn mind. But I'm just saying. But you know, I don't know. That's why I say maybe because I'm tall. You know what I mean? And so people look at that. You know, I saw, like I said, I've seen tall women. I don't know, child. It's just what it is. You know. Yeah, hell, and this is why I be like, hell, I don't, you know, I don't argue with it, baby, because I think, you know, you ain't got to argue with what you know just is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's funny, but I don't argue with that shit. Shit, I know babies came out of this scooter, and I know what it is to be a woman, honey, and child, it ain't easy. And I'm like, hell, if men had to be a woman, and I'm not just talking about this entrepreneur bullshit, all this I make all this money. That's dumb. I'm talking about just what women go through. Okay. Just like I don't know what, you know, I have an idea of what men go through, but I'm not a man. So I'm not going to try to argue with that. But as a woman, I think for the people who want to be women, if they had to go through what we got to go through, child, I don't think they will physically, I don't think they will want to be a woman for real. You don't want to go through what women go through. You don't want to have to deal with it. There's a lot that women have to deal with. And I don't think, especially being a 11-year-old or 12-year-old, just, you know, coming into your body and becoming an adult, going through, y'all know, periods and all that, that is a disaster for any young woman. And any man who's claiming, you know, trans woman, wanting to be a woman, you was a young boy, at 11, you didn't have to go through cramps, hard, painful cramps at 11 and 12. You didn't have to go through none of that. You have no idea what that's about. So it's insulting when they say they're women and they want to be real women when you don't go, you have not had to go through what we had to go through and still don't. You don't have to worry about things that women have to worry about, all the stuff we got to go through. Child, they don't have to go through that at all. So I just like, oh, you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it if you really had to deal with it like we have to. 87 Steven, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Says Transformers more than meets the eye. Transformer robots in disguise. Autobots transform and roll out. Decepticons retreat. Lord have mercy. Isn't that the song? Oh my God, I do remember a little bit of that. 87 Steven. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let's see. The form of a natural woman is hard to mistake. Right. When someone dresses as a woman, the pores usually are more prevalent, unlike a natural. Wait, dresses as a woman, the pores usually are more prevalent, unlike a natural woman. Gotcha. I am a man of God. Don't try to trick me. Y'all stupid. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I wouldn't take my chances. I just have them alone if that seems questionable. I just leave them alone, right? If it seems questionable. Exactly. I feel the same way about women who cosplay men. Baby, it's crazy though. It's a mess. You could tell though. If you really pay attention, you could tell the difference. What's going on, XYZ? You could tell the difference. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. I think y'all got the likes up. Yes, y'all do. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for that. Let's continue.
Right.
So, but you confirm you are a natural born woman.
Yes.
Okay. So Aisha Atlanta, 33, Gemini, author, entrepreneur, AI specialist, no never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I want somebody who is ambitious, someone who is financially stable, someone who is consistent, well-rounded, and influential in their community.
What are your deal breakers?
Lack of clear goals, financial instability, lack of consistency, someone who doesn't pay attention to data. Someone, I don't listen to data. I don't. If you're not someone who pays attention to facts, if you're not a reader, you're probably not for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should he look a certain way?
He has to be at least 6 foot. I'm 5'8". So when I wear my heels, when I go out with someone who's 5'11", I tend to be a bit taller than them because I don't wear baby heels. I
Oh,
wear high heels.
see,
So,
Okay.
I
So if a guy is 5'10", don't reach out to you.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's a hard no, but it's going to be hard because I'm not going to feel safe around you as they accomplish.
now this lady is 5'11". You see what I'm saying? She is tall, and then she wearing heels on top of that. They automatically gonna think she a man, straight up. Then y'all already say her face look harsh or something, so they gonna automatically think that's a man. I'm just saying. That's tall. That's super tall. Jesus Lord. Let's continue. But she can't help that.
I'm a big girl, so I got broad shoulders. I don't, 5'10" just seems like it's probably going to have a smaller frame than can handle me.
Okay.
Broad shoulders.
What money? She make a certain amount of money.
He has to make, mind you, I got the flu right now, so I'm dealing through this, but he needs to be making at least 6 figures.
Okay. The most
Minimum.
desired man. Let's get to it. 6 feet, 6 figures. You live in Atlanta. I'm assuming have you dated this man?
I'm sorry?
Have you dated this?
Oh God. You know, she in Atlanta, 5'11", broad shoulders, got a cold, so the voice sound a little heavy. Like, yeah, that's why they thinking it's a man. Right. Yeah. Oh my God. Let's continue, baby.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of men out there, but, one way or the other, different strokes for different folks, it doesn't always work out.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Ooh, see, they got to pay attention to the Kendrick.
Stand up. Like I said, I'm dealing with the flu. I've been in the house with my pets, so I threw my little workout gear. I was like, in case I get picked.
Okay. Got the ATL body. They be giving bodies out at the airport in Atlanta, child.
Be here. Be here. So it is what it is.
Okay.
Cute. I was thank you.
Okay. So Aisha, if he made 75K, he shouldn't reach out.
If he's at 80K and he is
Wait a minute.
working with the
Okay,
growth
I'm not gonna go
mindset where he is working on his education and constantly educating himself, like I try to get certifications every 6 months, he's going to increase his pay over time, but he's got to be somebody with an action plan. How is he going to, what is he working on? What kind of investments does he have in the background? So I don't want to teach nobody nothing. We grown.
Ooh, she said she ain't no teacher. Should he be?
now. You know now. Some of the trans women, they be tucking real good. I don't know. I can't say this woman is a trans or not, but they tuck real good. So you have to look, because if you look close enough, you could see a little bulge, a little bit, a little bit. If they tuck it, you can still see the little bulge, and it's just not the same as a woman with a vagina. You know what I'm saying? A natural woman. It's a difference there. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. It is, y'all. It's, I don't know, child. I don't know, but I'm not questioning this woman. Chavez, she looks like who? Jay Uso. Am I saying that without a beard? I don't know who that is. Who is that? I wish you could show me a picture. I don't know, Chavez, but thank you for the super chat. Oh Lord, I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's a man. Oh Lord, y'all a trip. Lord, I hope people. I hope people wouldn't get on here and lie about that though. Be honest. Don't lie about that. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Be honest. Don't lie. I'm just saying you need to disclose that information because it's sketchy out here. From WWE. A WWE wrestler? Shit. Damn. I'm going. Okay. Oh Lord, have mercy. Let's continue. Let me see if I can look it up on my phone. Here we go.
In Atlanta.
He doesn't have to be in Atlanta, but he should be a traveler if he's not in Atlanta. Someone who is comfortable traveling on his own, who travels domestically regularly for work would probably be preferable.
Okay. Could he have kids?
Yes, I'm okay with 1 kid.
All right. When was your last relationship?
My last serious relationship was about a decade ago. I spent some time kind of focusing on myself. I maybe had some situationships here and there, got to know some people, not quite it. But as you could tell, I'm very ambitious. I've been focused on my businesses.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Plead the fifth, Kendra. I'm a lady. Come on.
You don't
now.
have to answer. Five. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Three flaw. Is this him? That's Jay. That's him, y'all. Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. You say, Captain K said it has a camel hump instead of a camel toe. LOL. That's more like that's what a camel hump, not a camel toe. Right. That's because it look it's like a lump. I ain't saying this lady got that though. That ain't me saying that. I'm saying, but that's how it be looking. It's like a hump. I'll call it a camel hump. I'm gonna take that. It's a little hump. It's not a camel toe. Right. It's a dip. Yup. Yep. 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 Let's continue.
I talk quick. Slowing down and listening would be something that would benefit me. I guess maybe I could slow down on treating myself so well. I like to give myself the best things, and I spend I spend like a dope boy sometimes. I could probably slow down my spending. I wish I was more knowledgeable on more things in the earth.
Okay. So you want kids yourself, Aisha?
I do.
You do.
And I froze my eggs.
Okay. Oh, she froze her eggs. Okay. So what is your age range you want to date? You're 33.
30 to 45.
30 to 45. 30 to 45. All right, let's do it. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Well, if he's looking for a high value woman, right? Kevin Samuel says, I don't set the market is the market. So I either fall above that, at it, or below it. I already know from a market stance that it's a 33-year-old Black woman where I fall. I also know that I'm smart. I know.
Oh, first off, most women don't quote Kevin Samuels. Well, that's one thing. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Most women try to stay away from Kevin Samuels quotes, right? Am I wrong? Come on now. Most women don't want to hear nothing Kevin Samuels have to say. So I don't know. That might be. I don't know, y'all. It might be a red flag. Chavez Greenyer says that's the 100th man that would fight the gorilla. No, y'all a trip. What's up, y'all? Y'all crazy. I can't do it. Thank you, Chavez. Y'all, not tonight, baby. We about to wrap this shit up. Y'all stupid. Thank you, Chavez. I appreciate you. Listen, all I know, you don't get women quoting Kevin Samuels. Get what I'm saying? They don't want to hear nothing he had to say. I'm just saying. 87 Steven, thank you for the super chat. Says there is a wrestler that did change to trans. Tyler Rex into Gabby Allen Tuft. Are you serious? Are you joking? Tyler Rex into Gabby Allen Tuft. Is that a joke? I don't know. 87 Steven, y'all play too much. Thank you for the super chat. Are you serious? Because I don't know. I think you joking. You capping. Thank you for the super chat though, Alan. Steven, 87 Steven, I appreciate you. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Let's continue.
That I am easygoing, easy to get along with. I'm thoughtful, I'm considerate, I'm emotionally intelligent, I'm humble. I'm disciplined, I work out. discerning. I like to read the Word of God. I'm really, really knowledgeable, probably over knowledgeable on the Word of God. I like to study and read biblical text. Biblical text.
As the wrestler did as soon as he was fired from the WWE. Okay, okay, okay. Captain King, man, thank you for super chats. DeeDee, you got us going to hell. I ain't got y'all going to hell. Y'all do that by yourself. Hell no, I'm not going to hell with y'all. I'm not going to hell with y'all. Y'all doing that on y'all own, honey. Thank you for the super chat. Oh no, don't add me, baby. If I am, I'm going on my own merit. Y'all going to hell by yourself. You hear me? Y'all are a trip. I'm just, the leader of the I'm the leader of the pack, I guess. So wait a minute, that didn't help me, right? I'm about to say, well, shit, I'm the leader of the pack, right? So I'm directing everybody to hell, child. No, baby, I'm special, okay? It don't happen to me, all right? Y'all stupid. Oh, Lord. Hell no. Not me. I'm special, okay? Y'all going to hell by y'all lonesome, baby. Not me, baby. I'm special. I might be leading y'all there, but I'm not going. Oh, Lord. Y'all a trip. Oh, Lord. Let's continue, baby. Because it's getting late. Let's see what else she's saying, baby.
And more than that, I'm a nurturer. I mean, my nonprofit is naturally a part of me. I love giving back. I love Black people. I love my people. And so this is my passion. This is who I've always been. So I think a man needs that.
Okay, so let's break it down because you started off hot. So what qualities make you a high value woman?
Well, I mean, look, you look at the average 33-year-old Black woman, where she fall, right? Where the type of salary she making, right? And I look at my salary in comparison to that, right? She's probably maybe about 100K. If I'm being generous, she, maybe 40 to 100K, right? And then more than that, she probably rents her place, probably nicely furnished, and she probably has at least one kid. I don't rent my place, I own my place. Right, I make over $100,000. I don't need to put my number out there, but I do well for myself in tech sales, plus my investments. And I have no kids, and I have no drama, and I'm very well educated on many topics. You could put me in any room. But the issue is I don't have enough husband material out there. There aren't enough brothers I could bring in front to a corporate party who's gonna know how to work the room and not sit there looking shy and intimidated.
I mean, come on now. There are enough brothers out there that you can bring to these events. Do they want to go is the real gag. They don't want to go with you. That's the thing. The ones who they want to go somewhere with, they got them or they go with them. They don't want to go with you. Just say that. They're out there, but they don't want you. That's the thing. And they don't, I mean, men aren't, they know how to talk and communicate. There's lots of men out here who are a part of these events and even run them. And they know how to talk and communicate. They just don't, you're not what they picking though. That's it. They know how and if you're running into men who don't know how to do that, that's the only type of men that are attracted to you. You know what I mean? Lots of men are out here, corporate men in those spaces. They are there. They just don't want you. That's just what it is. And they hate to accept that. That's just that. They see you and then they don't see you. They see you and they move past you. That's just it. And a lot of women can't accept that. But that's just what that is. Let's continue.
Okay. Now, one more question, because I don't do the market value thing, but you mentioned it. So is that what you just broke down a second ago? The market value? So you know your market value?
I know my market value for the brothers out there that's adding it up.
I know that was his thing. So what is your market value according to whatever the measurements are?
I don't know all the measures because I didn't fully dig into it. But essentially, I mean, I don't have no baggage. I don't have no drama, and I do well for myself.
Okay,
and I'm constantly growing. I'm willing to hear other ideas if they make sense and shift. My number one skill is adaptability. So
don't play with it. Don't play with it. Okay. So Aisha, Atlanta, 33. Is a Gemini, author, entrepreneur, AI specialist, no kids.
And I'm a Gemini, y'all. What does adaptability mean? What the adapt? So adapt to what? Anything? I don't know. Chavez, now see, that's why I say y'all going to hell, not me. Chavez. So that's who Janet Jackson was asking. So you doing the bending? Who doing the bending? Ain't nobody doing the bend. Or ain't nobody bend. Well, who you doing the bending? Lord have mercy. Okay. Thank you, Chavez. I appreciate you. Y'all silly. Oh Lord, take me to the King. How I go? I don't have much to bring. Oh Lord, let's continue.
Never married. Are you on the Kendra G singles dating app? Okay, let me pull you up, girl. You know you're gonna be a highlight girl.
So I know y'all hating in the comments because you're not me, but it's okay, baby. One day you get there. Call me friends if you want to, but your man still want me. I may not want him.
She said you better. She said your man want her. If you didn't hear what she said, what is your name under Aisha?
Yes. A lady in the South is the username.
Just a lady
in the South.
IN.
INTHESOUT.
So JUST.
Just JUST. A lady in the South, but Aisha is the name.
Oh, that's a beautiful picture.
Thank you.
Okay, just a lady in the South. Just a lady in the South is her name. Just a lady in the South. You said you do want to have kids, right?
I do. I want kids. I got 20 eggs frozen in the tank. Plus, I can still have them naturally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I encourage all career-focused women to freeze their eggs as soon as possible because the younger the better.
That was in Bali. I like to travel. I do a lot of solo travel. I do solo concerts. I'm out and about.
Okay. Okay, now I see why you got this 100K and above average required.
I don't want to pay for him. He got to be able to at least cover his trip.
So well, you would pay for yourself?
I would at least pay for myself because I got to be realistic. I meet a lot of brothers in Atlanta. A lot of brothers fly in, and the average brother is not making 6 figures that I'm meeting day to day out and about. And so I have shifted my perspective. I do come from a grandfather who paid for my grandmother. She didn't have to work. I come from my great grandfather who paid for my great grandmother, didn't have to work. My stepdad was a microbiologist. My mom did well for herself, but he worked while she went to school. So I come from men who took care of their women. But at the same time, I understand that in today's world, I do want a black man. I'm not willing to date outside my race because I'm not attracted to anybody outside my race.
But the point that she made is her grandfather worked while her grandmother went to school. Okay. So he worked and he paid for everything while she pursued her education. Now, once she pursues her education and she's able to make money, does she contribute at that point? Typically they do. You don't work to pursue a career and then get the career and then you don't spend any of your money. No, because that means it's a give and a take. It's a work together. So if he's been paying the bills the majority of the time when she didn't work, he's been taking care of her from day one. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his job, that's his duty, that's what he wants to do. And she's been at home. Typically that's how it goes when you have these type of situations where the woman was the stay-at-home wife and the husband worked and paid all the bills. Usually women want to, because we've been indoctrinated into think, oh, we need to get careers and degrees. This is what we hear. We need to work. We need to do something but not as a contribution to the household, but as a way to help yourself just in case the relationship fails. That's how a lot of women have been taught and conditioned to think. in our communities. Oh, you go get an education and get a job so that you can take care of yourself, not so you can contribute to the family and a husband and all of that, but you expect the husband to take care of you fully and you don't have to do anything, even if you can contribute. That's the part that I think is why a lot of people relationships fail. I think that if you've been in a household and your husband has paid all the bills the whole time, and then you want to go get a degree, he supports you in that, he takes care of things while you go do that, then you get that degree and you start making money, then you should be able to contribute. Not, it shouldn't be oh, I'm gonna keep my money because if this relationship falls short, if he want to leave me, then I got backup, while still demanding that he pays everything. That's crazy. And then what if he's been doing it all these years? You don't think that, oh, you know what? Now I can contribute. Hey, let's do this. Maybe we can do more with both of us contributing. The kids are older now. We can go and travel. Now we have more resources to do that by you contributing. Like, and now he don't have to work as hard because now you want to contribute and you can. And that will help him for all the years that he's taking care of you. But they don't think like that. They're thinking about themselves. This man, a lot of women have talked about men holding it down. Listen, while they went to college and they held it down and did all this, and you did all that, then you make some money. Now you may make more than him. Now you're selfish with yours and you don't want to do anything. You don't want to contribute in no way. You want to continue to stack your money while he continue to pay all the bills. That's where it's a one-sided deal. And this is why, to me, women are selfish when they're making the money. But when that man was making all the money and paying everything, he's a good man. And then, when you make money to contribute, you don't want to do anything. And then they'll end up leaving that man and then thinking that they're going to get a better man who's going to pay all the bills when you had that. You just didn't know how to contribute and work with him. You didn't know how to give back. So that's why I say women are the real problem. Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat. Says, if you hear them say your men want me, that's a transgentleman. Shaking my head. No natural woman say that. He trying to disrespect women with that statement. Thank you for the super chat, Captain Caveman. Thank you once again for supporting the channel. I appreciate you, child. Good point. Roddy says, I did exactly this for a female in my past and the relationship did not last. They usually don't. Those relationships usually do not last. It's a selfish mentality. And I think women got to do better. A lot of women got to do better, especially if you have a good man. If you have a good man, I'm not sitting here saying every man is right and every man does everything right, because they don't. I'm saying if you got a good man who's supportive of you and he's there and he's taking on the responsibility of because he wants to and he cares about you and he's there and he's supporting you in your endeavors and all of that, you turn around and you start to do better. You start getting a big head and thinking that you don't need him. And so a lot of these women forget about that this man was there and supported you and loved you through all of this when you didn't have anything. And then when you finally get something, you leave him, drop him like a hot potato or a bad habit, and you want to leave and forget everything that he's done. And then you go out here looking for another man who's leveled up, thinking that you can get a better man with more money and all of that, and who's going to still come in and allow you to keep your money. Now you're a boss chick now, and you want another man to come in who makes way more money, who's going to do exactly what the man you had did. Just on a higher level now you want it. And you think he's going to come in and treat you like that man you had that you messed over. You think he's going to come in and say, oh yeah, you make 6 figures. I make more. So you don't have to work and I'm going to marry you and I'm going to treat you like a princess. And they don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get to get that in the same way. And I think that's what they're realizing. They regret their decisions, but it's too late, because usually that man that you messed over, he go find him another wife. A wife who appreciates him, but he's going to move a little differently now because he was hurt. And these women don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we're seeing happening. A lot of these women had good men, but they thought they could do better. And now they out here just, roaming around struggling. You know what I'm saying? Live from New York. I hope that I'm saying that right. Live from New York. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, this is a whole lioness dude. Why Kendra letting this slide, child? Anyway, you said it, not me. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you for being here and the support. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, so a lot of these women have had good men, but they thought they could do better. They thought when they leveled up and they made more money, now you don't need him, but you still want a man. Because you go out here and you spend more than what you make, and now you're in debt. Now you're looking for a man to come in with more resources who's going to look at you and take you seriously. Now that you've had a good man, you walked away from him, you got kids now. Now it's like you're not an asset, you're more of a liability, but they don't see it that way. But now you coming in with kids already, you walked away from a good relationship. Now you're expecting the most, and it's a struggle to get that because these men, they're not looking for that. You know what I mean? Let's continue.
So I'm willing to be 50-50, but you need to have a full 50.
Yeah, full 50. And I will say this too. Our grandparents, our grandmothers weren't as expensive as the women today. So
Sure.
I think that when we bring up the conversation that our grandfathers were the providers, well, the grandma, she didn't have $400 wigs and trips and body things. I wanted to bring this up only because
But that's the problem. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you can't have nice things as a woman. I got all kind of nice stuff. And I'm not saying you can't have nice things, but you got to be reasonable. And that stuff, it doesn't, I would say this. And I mean, everybody is looking for, everything up front. Like women they don't want what they call struggle love. And I think no, people don't want to go through anything these days. Life is full of ups and downs and obstacles and things you got to go through, overcome, all of that. But when it comes to a relationship, women don't want to do that now. I think that's the problem. They don't want to start at the beginning and get to a place. They want it all up front. Like you want a man at its fullest potential right away. And you got to understand those men who are there, they want something that you're not willing to provide. And I think that's what that's what they're on. People always like to bring up LeBron James and his wife, but weren't they high school sweethearts? Weren't they young together? So she's been there with him through the whole entire process. So I'm pretty sure the level in which he can provide for her now was not the same when they were together as high school sweethearts. You see? But she was there with him before the money and the success and the fame. She was there from the beginning. She cared about him then, and they grew together. That's why she's still there. Now she gets to reap the benefits of putting in the work, being there with him. These women don't want to put in no goddamn work. They want you to have it all, and they just come and just sit down and then enjoy it all. And these men aren't stupid. They realize these women want you at the finish line. They want you to come in and give them the Prada, the Gucci, the LV, all of this shit just on general purposes. These men ain't doing that. And they're going to only sleep with you and send you on because they can. And so I just think that's the problem that we're facing. A lot of women want these men at the finish line, and it's not. These men have to work hard. You got to understand, they have to put in blood, sweat, and tears to achieve the things that they have. So they're not just going to hand it over to you just because. And trust that you're there for them for the right reasons, when a lot of times they know these women are there just because they're famous and because they have money. You're not really there because you want them for real. Look at Shannon Sharp. What are he going through? Fooling around with these young gold diggers, whores out here in the street, just throwing that body everywhere. OnlyFans. Like, he knows that these women don't want him. He knows that. I believe he do. You're not hanging around with these women because they want to. You'll get them a few dollars so you can get what you want out of them. It's just what happens. You got to be careful playing these games because they'll turn around and try to take you for everything you got. That was no relationship based on you wanting this woman. No, this is a transactional situationship. I'm gonna pay you a few dollars to get what I want out of you, and that's that. We do that when we link up and move on. I was watching a live stream where they was talking about, oh, what can a 19-year-old do for you? She can't do shit for you emotionally and mentally. Y'all not having no kumbaya conversations about real life discussions. No, this is about, give me some of that cooch. I'm gonna pay you a few dollars and I'm out. You know what I like. Give me what I want, and that's it. There's no real connection there for real. But I just and I think women are losing out because they're looking for a man at the finish line. And these men who are at the finish line, they don't trust these women for real. They don't trust that these women have the right motives for real relationships. And because of what they're asking for, you automatically know. When you hear a woman say, I need a man to make what I make or more, and I need him to, provide everything and pay all the bills and do all this. Come on. And you saying you make six figures and you doing well for yourself, there's need for him to have to come in and pay for everything and including your package deal and all of that. These men should know. Most men already know that's a red flag. This is not what you don't really want me for real. So it's a struggle for the women to get what they want. It's a struggle for the men to get what they want too, because they realize these women are only out for what they have, not really wanting them. So, and they don't want to lose half of what they got fooling around with these gold diggers. So it's difficult. But when you've had a woman who was there with you from the beginning, who was there before the money, and she rocking with you and she's still there with you throughout, that's the woman you want to keep. That's the woman you keep. That's the woman you love and respect, because you know who she is. You know that she's there for the right reasons. There's no question about it. She was there with you before anything. And if she didn't want you, if she didn't want you, she would have been walked away, because you didn't have shit. Why would she stay? If she was there for money and you had no money, she's going to move and go find somebody with the money. So this is why, those relationships where you've been there from the beginning and you've watched the success and you was there, oh, you cherish that you keep. You don't walk away. You don't mess that up. You don't mess that up. And that's what I'm saying. This is why I say, listen, there's a lesson to be learned. When you see people who have been in marriages for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, there's a lesson to learn in that. Stop thinking that everything was negative about that relationship and learn. Take the things that you could benefit from. Use that. Talk to those people, because they'll tell you, hey, when we first got together, we didn't have a whole lot of money. That's the first thing they'll tell you. Hey, we didn't have, but we loved each other and we was committed to each other. They tell you the same shit over and over and over and over. It's a common theme in people who've been married for a long time. But a lot of these people don't want to focus on that. Oh, I bet she had to go through hell. No, what if he went through hell? And if he did, he still decided to stay. And whatever hell they went through, if they did, they worked it out. Right? And they still able to come out on the other side and talk about it. But they don't look at that aspect of it. They look at, just think negative because you ain't got it. You can't understand how you could be with somebody for that long. But the main things they tell you are the same. Hey, when we started out in a 1-bedroom apartment, and he didn't make a whole lot of money, but we made do with what we had, and he did this and she did that. And some people tell you about how the woman, she sold supper plates and stuff on the weekends, and they took that money and they did this and they did that, and how they raised their kids, and they tell you. And then somebody had an idea and they did that, and then they got a business and it blew up, or it failed, or whatever, and how they made it. They'll give you a whole story on their life and how, the timeline and how they went from A to Z. But they did it together. Fast forward years later, now they own properties. They got houses, they own properties, they got this money in the bank. They had a business, they did this. Now, they both had to work. But the wife didn't want to work. It's so many different scenarios, but it's all end up the same. They work together. There's times where the wife didn't want to work. He was like, babe, you got to do that and work with me. And then trust me, I'm going to retire you. You ain't got to work. And then years later, she ain't got to work. She can get anything she wants. She didn't live a lavish lifestyle in the beginning. They were struggling. But fast forward, kids are grown. Kids are doing good. They got grandkids. Now she don't have to work. She can relax, sit back, and get anything she wants. But they don't want that. You just want to just portray this idea that all men are just horrible and they don't have no worth and this and that. But then when you see Black couples who have achieved something and built something, you feel low key stupid, because you're like, damn. And you want to minimize it because you could never do it, because you don't want to, because you let these sisterhood hyena bonnet crew brigade tell you otherwise. Tell you, oh girl, you can't trust them. They ain't no worth shit. And oh my God, this and that. Nah, because you picking the wrong dudes. The dudes who have their heads on straight, y'all don't want them, because y'all worry about getting to the goddamn D. Y'all worry about getting to the D and screwing everybody. So how you gonna find the right man? Come on now. Your head is cloudy. You don't even know what the hell you looking for. because y'all listen to the wrong people, and they're putting you in the most horrible positions. Now, once again, these are people who are looking for relationships and marriage and want something to build upon. If you're single and that ain't what you want, then that this ain't your issue. But for people who complain about ain't no good men, no, y'all picking the wrong dudes. Y'all not picking guys who want that either. Y'all picking men who look good to you and who could screw you good, and that's it. So that's all you end up with, a baby out of it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to minimize what other people have worked hard for and have achieved, and they're happy. Don't minimize that, because everybody ain't walking around here miserable and like you, and running around here struggling to find just the basic things you should be looking for in a spouse. The things that you should be looking for in a man, it shouldn't be all this unrealistic stuff. You know what I mean? And y'all should be willing to work together and build together. There's no other way, unless you just want to be a successful, independent person by yourself. And that's fine. If you're happy with that, that's fine. But it's going to take work. You just can't expect to get all this stuff from a man and you put nothing in. No. That don't really work like that. There's not a whole bunch of examples of that. Those people usually be by themselves. Women want turnkey relationships. They don't want to put in the work. Exactly. Live from New York. Exactly. Thank you for the super chat. Exactly. They don't. You just want it all easy. And that's, unfortunately, that's not how that go. Now, I'm not saying you can't, find somebody who's well off or whatever, but you still got to put in work and time and effort. You just can't sit back and just want this person to give you the world and you give nothing. No, that's not what a relationship is based upon. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you, So I just think, if any advice, once again, that I would give, look, understand that relationships take work. It takes two parties. It takes two people to put in. It's not a one-sided deal. You got to be willing to put in work, whatever that may look like, whatever it may look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, put in effort. Just like, working with a man, compromise, communication, all that's work. You can't go into a relationship with a selfish mindset, like it's all about me, 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 me. No, you got to think in terms of the entire scope of things when you talk about relationships. That's the only way to make it work. I told you I was a bit selfish when I was younger. I really think I had a selfish attitude because I was raised by a person who kind of had that as well. So I was a product of my environment and who raised me. So I think I've been a bit selfish before. But see, like I said, my husband was the type where, he doesn't argue like that or anything, but he will let you know, you know what I'm saying? At some point, hold on, wait a minute. And he's not aggressive in me. He's somewhat aggressive, but not towards me. But I'm saying when it comes to manly things, yeah, he is. But I'm saying, like, when it comes to me, nah, he says it in a way to make me see, hold on. But not in a, just however he does it. It's not in a mean way, mean spirited, but I needed that though. That's why I say I needed to be shown myself, because a lot of times I think, and this could be with any person, man, woman, it doesn't matter. You have to be shown you, because a lot of times we talk and we expect certain things and we have a problem with what men do, but we never realize and recognize what we do. And I was one of those people. I didn't see my faults. I didn't see my flaws. I just thought, oh, I'm just a woman, and I could just be and say what I want, and not realize that, the things that I was doing was pointing out certain things on his end, not realizing I was doing some of the same shit. And so I needed to be called out on that to see it, because sometimes we don't see ourselves and we think we kind of perfect. Like, we don't make no mistakes and everything we say is right and everything that he says is wrong. And he's supposed to just listen to me. But no, I needed to be shown myself. I needed to be shown, hey, you're kind of hypocritical. You know what I mean? You calling him out on stuff that you do, but when you do it, it's okay. But if he'd made one little mistake, oh my God, it's so bad. But I'm not realizing, hey, I made that mistake, but you're supposed to just accept it. You see what I'm saying? When we make mistakes, oh, he's just supposed to accept it because we're women and men just supposed to accept what we do. No, that's bullshit. No, you have to be called out, because if you're going to keep calling him out on nitpick every little thing that he does and he just not saying nothing about it. And that's why I think, this is why I say to this day, I think men need to call women out. You don't have to be mean about it, but you need to do it in a way to let them know, hold on, wait a minute. You don't just call me out when you do this. And because women will, they're going to push back now. Because they're not going to want to accept what you're saying. But you got to understand, as women, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Men aren't perfect and women aren't perfect, but we treat it as if we are though. Everything the man is men of this, but a lot of women are the exact same things. There are narcissist women and narcissists as men. Women don't see themselves a lot of times, but we quick to point it out on you because we think as when we look at men as y'all supposed to fix the problem, y'all the key, y'all got to do this, you got to always do this to fix this, you got to always do everything. We look to the men to do it all. But we got to realize we got to play a part too. It's not all men are strong, men are providers, and yes, they are that. And I have a husband who is that and has been that from day one. Okay, that's not and just and straight honest with from day one. He's a man and he's provided since day one. So that's not the issue. But I'm saying I had to see myself too, though. Because even when you have a provider and a man like that, we fall short too, because we really be thinking our shit don't stink and we ain't got no issues and we still find fault in shit. We still find things that we think is wrong and we nitpick. And then and a lot of times y'all men, y'all don't say nothing. Y'all just let it slide. But you can't keep letting it slide. You gotta show her, hold on, wait a minute. If you gonna call me out, then I'm gonna call you out on this. This is what you do. You do some of the same stuff or whatever. You need to change that. You need to work on yourself. A lot of women don't like it. You cannot be afraid to let a woman know where she stands. You can't be afraid to call her out. Because if she can call you out, you can call her out. I didn't like being called out, but I knew it was the truth and I had to accept it. At some point, I had to accept it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, this is why I say relationships will work. You got to know if you got an overall good man, you got to accept what he's telling you. You don't have a person who's trying to belittle you or do something to hurt you. You got to know who you're dealing with too. Now, you got a man that cares about you and love you and he's not trying to hurt you. You got to understand that when he does tell you something, you got to accept it because he's not doing this to shame or hurt you. And he's letting you know, hold on, you can't, this is not a one-sided thing. And I really, really believe that a lot of women need that. It's not about shaming and guilting. No. That man is still there. He still loves you. He's still protecting you. He's still providing for you. He's still doing things for the overall family. You got a good one. It's just, but he still got to let you know some stuff, And so yeah, I think, I don't know, either men are just, a lot of times y'all just like to keep the peace. Y'all don't want to argue and y'all don't want to do sometimes. And I think that's good. But if you don't ever say anything, then you're setting a precedence. You're letting her know that she could just do whatever she wants. If you don't ever kind of check that, she's going to really think that she could just get away with whatever. And yeah, you love her, but you still just like you love your children, but you still have to discipline them. And I don't want to, you can't say the word discipline when it comes to women because they're going to take that word and run with it and be like, oh, he got to discipline me. No, it's not that. It's just, example of, parents disciplining their children. You love your kids, but you got to let them know right from wrong. You got to let them know when they're messing up and when they're not, so they'll understand the difference. Same thing with women. You got to let them know. You can't let them walk around thinking that they shit don't stink and they're just perfect and they don't do no wrong in your eyes while you're striving to please her on every front. No, because all that does is coddle and spoil them and they don't know, and they go around thinking that, and then it doesn't help them to grow or change the, things on their end. We're not perfect, so we don't do everything right. But you got to know that, and you got to know, you need to know what to change and because sometimes you need somebody to tell you that, because on their own, on your own, a lot of times you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just my take on that. Ishmael, you're right, DeeDee. Men are just about peace. Yeah. Have to be peacemaker, not peacekeeper. There's a difference, right? So sad. Modern women lack accountability and try to be men. Just be a woman and stop competing with men like I care. I don't want to date a man. Exactly. Right. I've had women in my family tell me, just let her have her way. You don't have to correct her all the time. And I'm like, nah, man, that's not okay. It's not okay. I'm telling you, from a woman's perspective, that is not okay. Especially if she's calling you out on everything, and she don't see herself. You have to be able to see yourself. You have to be able to have that mirror turned on you where you could see, you know what? Wait a minute now. You're telling me this, but you do certain things and you don't see it. And if you don't bring it to her attention, she's going to continue with that. And then she'll end up leaving that relationship and going into another one thinking the same thing, thinking, oh, he was the problem and she wasn't. And so I think that's something I think a lot of men could kind of, just be aware of, you know what I mean? And I think because men try to keep the peace a lot, they don't do that. And I think it's detrimental, could be detrimental to your relationship, because you can have a good woman, hell, but she also got to understand that she's not perfect. You know what I mean? That you have flaws too. And there's certain things you do and you telling me, oh, I mean, it be small stuff, to be honest with you. Oh, you don't fold the clothes right. What you mean? Well, you don't fold the clothes right. And it doesn't have to be a back and forth, but hold on. You expecting XYZ from me, but you're not doing XYZ. You get what I'm saying? And so there's a way to do it, but you got to be cautious because, like I say, women are combative. I'm saying, because they're not used to anybody telling them, especially a man telling them anything. When you have women and men who were raised in single mother households, they're not used to the male authority figure. So when a man is trying to say something, they're going to take it as harsh. They're going to take it as, oh, you coming at them. And they'll take that the wrong way. And some of these women be ready to leave. I'm just saying, because they're not used to any type of anything from a man. So it's like, that's something that I try to tell women. Look, you want a man to lead. Well, you got to be able to listen to what he's saying. You got to be able to listen to what he's saying. You cannot expect a man to lead but you don't want to listen to him. That don't work. But they're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take some getting used to it. But if you start to understand how that works, you'll be a little bit more prepared for it versus women who've been raised to be the man and be the independent provider and all of that. They don't know. They don't have the idea, can't fathom the idea of listening to a man. So this is where they get that, oh, he controlled and he this and that. No, he's trying to lead and direct his family a certain way. You got to be able to listen. If you don't want to do that, then that's going to be the problem. So yeah, it's a lot that people can learn from. And I just think if they're willing to be open to it and listening, you could do a whole lot. You can go a lot further. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, like I said, I had to learn some stuff too. I'm never sitting here like, oh, I was the perfect woman. And I was young and uninformed and didn't know a whole lot. So I had to learn too. You know what I mean? And I wasn't given the best advice or information from, my parents. I wasn't given the correct information or taught certain things that would be beneficial to a healthy marriage or relationship. So I had to learn some things as I went. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, that's why I talk about it. And, it wasn't easy on my part because I was not used to that. That's why I'm saying it. I was raised by a single mother. There are certain things you learn from that single mother and that is not beneficial to healthy relationships. So you have to learn that. But I think I was open to learning, but it still wasn't easy. And I think a lot of women now, though, they're not even open to the idea. They just want what they want. They want you to provide it, and that's it. And that's just how it should go in their minds. They don't really feel they have to compromise or cooperate. They feel like you need to do what they want, and if you can't do it, oh, well, I'm not settling and I'll find somebody to do it. And they're not finding men in mass to operate in that way. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. They don't have reflections. They're vampires. Right. Right, True Lion. Guide your daughter into a good relationship and not into the building where there are poles and music. Exactly. Society has cast men aside, then are surprised when we no longer contribute to it. Oh my God, exactly. Sometimes men get yelled at for even being knowledgeable. That's true too. And you shouldn't tolerate that either. I don't think men should tolerate any disrespect from a woman. And you need to make that clear up front. Don't give them an inch, because if you give them an inch, they think they can take a mile. Let that be acknowledged right away. Hold on, because you teach people how to treat you. And let a person know, hey, I don't tolerate this. Oh, hell no. You let that be known up front. Don't ever let a woman think that she can talk to you in the old kind of way and disrespect you. Hell no. Don't tolerate that at all, because once they know, either she gonna be like, okay, Because women are stupid. They aren't stupid. They know what they're doing. They just testing the waters to see what you're going to let them do. If you let them do it, oh, well, they know they got a sucker here. They can talk to you any kind of way, say whatever, and you just going to take it. No, I don't think any man should do that. All right, y'all. I'm done talking. I got to get out of here. I'm tired as hell, y'all. It's late. It's almost 9:00. I got to get the hell off here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here, though. I appreciate y'all for joining me for this live. I gave y'all 2 hours, child, and 25, 55, almost 2 hours and 26 minutes, baby. I hope y'all appreciate it. Thank y'all so much, though, for being here. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching, everybody who supports the channel, y'all. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats or cash apps. Shout out to everybody who hit the like button, y'all, because it be hard getting these damn likes, but I appreciate y'all for actually liking the stream, and I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all once again. Ishmael, thank you for the super chat. Says, think I can say for most in the chat, thank you for being real with your content. You're not afraid to share your journey and grow respect. Thank you. I appreciate you. I try to do that because, sometimes when people are talking, they don't put themselves in it. And I think it's important to share a bit of your story because to me, it shows that you experience stuff too. You know what I mean? And it comes from a place, when I'm talking, it comes from a place that I'm not oblivious or what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not separating myself from these things because we all go through them. This is real life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I've been married for over 20 years. I just say 20 plus years. And it's not always been a walk in the park. And that's on my part, I would say. I think my husband did everything he knew to do. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm the one who needed to learn more than he did. Now, there's some things he needed to learn too. We were both on the young side, so we both had to learn. But I think because, and I say this because I came from a single mother household, I had a different set of thinking and reasoning. He came from a 2-parent household, so he had a different setup. He understood togetherness and family and things of that nature. I kind of didn't. I had that kind of independent, kind of selfish mindset. He did not. So I think I'm the one who had to do the more growing and learning, and we did it together though. So I think it's a lot to be said about that. And usually in relationships, people always go straight to the man. Oh, what did he do? Oh, he was the problem. No. I don't, in my situation, no, I was more the problem, I would say, because I didn't understand what he was talking about. I didn't understand. He had a better understanding. He knew what he wanted. He went for what he wanted, and he had a more of an understanding of what it is, what it is to work together because he come from that. I didn't. So I was the one who had to learn. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stop jumping to the conclusion that it's always the men with the issues and all that. No, we're human beings. And that's why I understand a little bit better about it because I had to go through certain things too, and learn and grow. And he helped me to do that as well. So yeah, I just think that's what it's all about. It's not about all this money and all this, I need this and get to the bag. Oh, that's bullshit. That is not going to help anybody get healthy, successful relationships. All you end up doing is getting used, whether you're the man or the woman. Either she gonna get used for her body, he gonna get used for his money, and that's all it's ever gonna be, a transactional situationship. It's not gonna yield successful, healthy relation, long-term marriages, that is not conducive to that. So they could do what they want, and you can go out here and thinking that's gonna get you a good man. No, it's all it's gonna lead to DMP. That's what they say, or DMV, vagina and you know what. So that's it. That's all we're seeing. If you want stable, healthy, long-term building a family and relationship, you're going to have to learn certain core things. And you're going to realize it's not about money and all the stuff that people are talking about. You're going to have to learn real life communication skills, compromise, working together. You're going to have to learn those things because that's at the core of what it takes to build a healthy, stable marriage. And if you don't have two people who are on the same page with that, child, you ain't going nowhere. Y'all gonna just be going in circles trying to find something that you're never gonna be able to attain because you're not looking for the right things that will get you there. So that's it. And maybe this is too much for this new modern world, but it still remains the same. What was needed back then for healthy, strong, stable marriages and relationships is still what's needed today. And we could dress it up and say, oh, it's a different word. We still need those same core values in order to have a long-term, healthy, successful relationship. You got to understand that in relationships, y'all go through things. There's ups and downs. My husband says ebbs and flows. That's what life is. Life is ebbs and flows, ups and downs. None of us are going to escape that. We all go through stuff like that. 1 minute you have money, 1 minute you don't. It could be, they're going to be financial issues. They're going to be all types of things that come in your life that you have to get through, obstacles. That's what life is. And people understand it on an individual level, but they don't understand it when it comes to relationships, because society has made these women think that a man has to be constantly, giving and giving and giving, and he has to always have it right, and he has to always have it, and I gotta always be getting it. No, that is not, no. So we're doomed. Well, they're doomed. Like, you're doomed. And these are lessons that you need to have and keep. You don't throw them out. So this is the difference between certain women who could have had a husband for years, and the husband passed away, and guess what? She go and get her a whole nother husband. Why? Because that man who meets her understands that she knows the true values of what a relationship needs to be. And these women could get married again and again. And other women will never have a man to acknowledge them in a way of being his wife, a good man. When I'm talking about men, I'm talking about the men who know what they want and willing to do what's necessary to give it. Not any man who don't understand these values, because these values have to be understood on both sides, men and women. It's not just on the women to understand. Men have to understand too that, hey, what a wife is and what is important in a relationship between women and men. Both sides have to understand that in order for it to work. So when you find somebody who understands that, you better grab them up and you better roll with them, because I'm saying ain't too many people out here get that. And that's why you have, people don't understand how people can be together for so long and make it, because it's not that common these days. You know what I mean? At one point it was, but now it's not common, and people are shocked and they just automatically go negative because they're like, oh hell, they don't know how they making it work. Yeah, because you really don't know, and you don't know how to even start. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not as common as it used to be. So I understand why people are shocked sometimes. Thank you once again to Ishmael. I appreciate you for the super chat. But yeah, it's just something that you can learn. It's not that difficult to learn if you want to learn it, and if you're really looking for something real, And people gonna make all kind of excuses. Oh, ain't no niggas out here and this and that, or the women are trash. Yeah, all that's true. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge that we have not been taught how to work together, especially in this day and age. You have not been taught what is going to make relationships work. And people aren't trying to seek out the right things of how to make that work. Everybody's just going with this narrative. Oh, it's just the money. Get to the money and everything gonna work out. And we see people with money and they still can't figure out how to keep a relationship working. Even with people with money, have trouble in relationships. So it's not just the money, To me, I believe the money will come when you have a person or two people working together, and they understand what their goals are, and they have the same goals in mind, and they're working towards it, and they got a family. They're gonna do what's necessary to provide for their families. So you're gonna always be working on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it works. It builds up. You get to that. It's just a lot, but it's not a lot. It's not that difficult if you want it, and if you want to do what it takes, but to make it happen. But if you're selfish and you only think, oh, it's the man, he got to do all this, and you do nothing, then you in for a rude awakening. So I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Also, if you're new to the channel, you like the content, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, and hit that notification bell and click all, so you'll be notified when I go live or post new content, you guys. So tomorrow is one of my son's birthday, y'all. So I won't be up here tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to get back either probably Monday or Tuesday. I'll try to be live. But make sure you have that notification bell turned on. Watch the videos that are already posted on the channel, y'all. That is super important, y'all. So thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great night. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Y'all, yeah, be safe. Take care. And I will definitely see you guys really, really soon. So good night, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Mwah. See y'all later.